Welcome back to the Night Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Markley, at BrideAlison on Twitter. Episode 8. To my right, the StockX assassin himself, Jordan Wakefield.
How's it going, everybody? It's at jwakefield98 on Twitter. I was probably got that right, honestly.
Even with a couple, that's what you got to drink more when we pod.
I
Drink
don't know
more when we
about
pod, and then you'll get your Twitter right.
I don't know about that.
Across the way from me, the boy, Bailey Gary.
How's it going, everybody? You can find me on Twitter at bgary24, capital B, capital G.
And special guest.
Surprise!
First guest.
The Bronx Bomber himself.
New York.
The slippery rock native, Andrew Butler. Andy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
That's good to hear. I am here. I was told to plug my handles, and I don't have a universal handle like these three.
Oh, they don't have it either.
This is just Twitter. That's the
for
only thing I plug, yeah.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, Twitter, at Andrew_Butler2, capital A, capital B. I know a lot of people have had trouble finding my Twitter, but capital A, capital B will send you on the right way. Instagram, at Andrew_Butler5.
Oh, shit. Same
All
plug.
lowercase.
He's plugging it all.
I'm plugging it all.
All of it.
I was ready.
Here's
I was
that
ready.
while you're at it.
Might as well.
No, that's exclusive.
That's a little too private.
That's private. That's private.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy's a good friend of ours. We all worked together for a little bit there. I've known Andy since probably middle school.
Beginning of time.
Yeah, well, practically.
Since you guys know me too, then.
Oh, fuck that bitch.
We played baseball together back in the day. Andy was the second baseman, I was the first baseman, so we were right next to each other, and we became lifelong friends. Andy's on here for a specific reason, and we'll talk about that later in the show. We decided to do a tier list, and we brought in a expert for this artist, and we'll get to that later. But I want to say first, I don't know how any of this podcast will go from here on out.
It's going to be bad.
Alcohol has been consumed, and potentially we'll send somebody to make a drink run halfway through this episode.
I'll be making a
potentially
drink.
Jordan.
Jordan won't be able to make it up and down.
Well,
So-
I won't be running. Let's
I'm
just
not
get it
gonna-
straight. I won't be running. I will be walking because
Taking your time.
that's a
up the
lot of
steep,
stairs.
That's steep too.
That's a lot of stairs.
So we might send Jordan, halfway through the pod. People might be in and out to pee. I don't know. It could be interesting. We're gonna try to stay on the train tracks here, but we get off track. We get off track sober.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
It's just because I'm here.
so yeah, episode 8.
Sorry.
It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. How's everybody's week?
Great.
I had a shitty week. Not like shitty as in like my life sucks. I mean that too, but like work sucks.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well, work has been rough.
That's why I needed alcohol.
Friday and Saturday were shit.
To fill in people who don't know, Jordan we worked together yesterday. Jordan handed me a $50 bill halfway through our shift and said, "Brian, go buy us alcohol for tomorrow night."
Yeah.
I said, "Say less." So I went to the store today, picked up some alcohol, and we're here.
About 4 drinks in.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
I'm only on my second, but
About 4 drinks
it's
in.
not gonna last me long.
No. Well, listen, we've had a half. What the
should've brought
fuck
it
is
down
this shit
with
called?
us.
Pink Whitney. Just straight vodka.
Yeah.
And it's going to be not good, everybody.
Yeah, along with some Kraken and Coke.
It's okay.
So
When everyone passes out, I'm still here, so.
Andy will just talk to you
Yeah,
about
we'll just take over the pod.
Yankees and
Travis Scott.
well, I wasn't gonna say the artist because
Way to go, Bailey!
Now you ruined the
that doesn't
surprise.
mean that's the
Way
bracket.
to go.
that we're in.
But yeah, everybody else doing all right. We're doing all right mentally. Everybody, relatively okay. Are we all relatively doing well mentally?
I'm fine when I'm not at work.
Other than not being in the bag.
No,
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, can't complain.
Had a little vacation here, but
I need a vacation.
My vacation is coming up.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
looking
I guess
forward to it.
I
It's
got
not too far away.
a few
Yeah.
days off coming up here because of baseball finally restarting this week. Thank God. That'll be a big topic next week. But what are we listening to?
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
ahead, Bailey.
For some reason, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I told all you guys this, but I think it was Sunday night or Saturday night. I forget. No, maybe even Friday or Saturday night. I listened to Channel Orange, then Blonde right after, and that was
That's
a
a
crazy
bag.
night.
It's a bag and a half.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I mean, obviously both are good albums. I mean, I also said to use this to you guys earlier. Both are really good albums, but to me, it's like, I think Blonde is so much better than Channel Orange, and Channel Orange in its own right is really, really good. So it's crazy that he only has 2 albums. Both of them are both like 9s or higher.
Oh, easy. I'd say he's easily 2
Yeah.
for 2. I mean, I also prefer blonde, but gotta respect Channel Orange.
Oh, for sure.
What else?
Potato.
Okay, other than the potato meme, but what else you got? Anything?
No, nothing I can think of. Same one. Oh, well, I started watching Fire Force. I don't know if I said that last pod.
I don't think you did, but you were talking about it at work.
Yeah, and I really like that. So if anybody's interested in a new anime to watch, Fire Force is pretty good. It's relatively short. 24 episodes in its first season. I think it's on episode 3 in the second. So it's not too long.
Cool. You've been playing Ghost of Tsushima too.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that then a little bit, but we'll just go around the room. Andy, as the first guest, this is kind of you're the guinea pig.
First off,
What
I just want to say I'm honored to be the first guest on this podcast.
That's a privilege.
Yeah.
On
It
this-
really is, and hopefully I'm the first recurring guest. You know,
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
have me
absolutely.
back sometime. I'm probably gonna blow it during the middle of this, and you guys are never gonna want to talk to me again. But it's
Nah,
fine.
nah.
It's fine.
Listen,
I completely
your takes can't be any worse than mine. So
Yeah, well, apparently,
true,
apparently,
true.
you know, Omar had a big problem with our shout out Omar, shout out Jimmy too.
Oh yeah, I'm
He
supposed to
needed
shout out
that.
Jimmy because he's getting smoked at work tonight, and
Oh,
none of us are there to help him.
Oh,
So,
Omar's there too. So,
that's true. That's true.
But Omar did not like our takes on J. Cole's.
Hey,
tier
listen,
list.
Omar. I know I'm the only sensible one here.
Omar, I never said anything about J. Cole last week. All right.
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
Can't be mad at Andy.
Can't be mad at Andy. Not
Um,
yet, anyway.
Yeah,
But
not
Andy,
yet.
what you've been listening to? I know you and I were talking about that Dot Wave Radio
I
episode.
made a list. All right, we're gonna add in Dotwave because Dotwave really it made me happy today. Dotwave back, you know.
Dot Wave
Travis
Radio,
Chase
for
beat.
anybody who doesn't know, is Travis Scott's Apple Music show. I guess you want to call it
Yeah.
radio
Basically him
show.
Screaming.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm
And
not gonna even do it.
bird noises.
Bird noise. That bird noise, the first one, fired me up. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie. That T-Pain set at the beginning. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone, but he had a little T-Pain set at the beginning. Go listen to it.
Oh, we should.
But I made a little list yesterday. You guys asked what I've been listening to.
He came prepared.
I made a little list.
He's more prepared than I am.
He's setting the standard.
And I host this thing.
Fuck, he's gonna take us over, guys. He has a list and everything. We
I
just
told
gotta
you
wing
this
it.
episode, you're just gonna go up in views.
I hope.
Or listens, I guess.
If Andy Butler brings
Because you don't
views,
have
I'm
a
here
camera.
for it.
I'm all for it.
Anyway, first off, the Pop Smoke album. I haven't listened to the Deluxe yet. I know you guys really haven't.
Well, the deluxe just came out
Except
like
for-
this morning.
Yeah, I listened
so.
to it. It was last night.
I mean, I'm the biggest Pop Smoke fan here, and I haven't even listened to it yet. So
So
Well,
how big a fan are you?
Me and the roommates were bumping that by the pool, you know. Just a lot of The Weeknd because, sadly,
Oh yeah, Andy was supposed to go see The Weeknd with us.
yeah.
We're all a little depressed.
Unfortunately, have to wait the next year, but.
Yeah.
that just makes it even better.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it even better.
A lot of Weeknd, a lot of Travis Scott. Just listen to the shuffle. And then a few things I've gone back and listened to. Drip Season 3 by Gunna has been bumping recently. Also, So Much Fun by Thug. Great summer album. Amazing summer album.
Yeah, there's a lot of, unfortunately, there's like, because of pandemics and whatnot,
That
there's
just
a
went-
lot of like really good music that to play during the summertime with your friends. Just that's a vibe, and unfortunately that vibe.
There are no
cannot
vibes to
completed.
be had this
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
Just go outside.
The
So
only
much-
vibe there is go out on your back porch and play on a speaker by
That's-
yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's all you can do.
So Much Fun just went platinum the other week, which is awesome to see. That album is so good.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Probably my favorite Thug project and
Yeah.
probably his best.
Absolutely.
I think it's his best.
That deluxe too, on top of it with the Trav song and the
the hot remix.
hot remix. Yeah,
Yeah.
both are really really good.
So yeah, that's really what I haven't been playing the show, but you know,
Fuck
if
that
I-
game.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
have nothing to say on
I don't
that.
read any books, so I'm not reading anything. But yeah, I don't know
Not
that-
watching anything.
I mean, no, not really.
No.
I'm not like I don't know, just random movies on Netflix. I really haven't been like stuck on a show recently. So
Good stuff. To me, stuff I've been listening to, like we'll discuss in the podcast. I'm not on my Spanish music kick as much anymore. Like I'm still listening to it on the side, but it's not too much anymore. We'll discuss later on what the songs we're going to discuss, but most people probably already know. I actually went back and listened to a little bit of YBN Corday, and
Yeah, that's good.
that's fair. Yeah.
Bailey
fair.
showed us a meme. Anyway.
But YBN Corday, I hope he I
Yeah.
hope he drops music soon because that's my boy.
That upcoming album, especially after what happened and whatnot, that's
Yeah.
going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, I think he has some stuff on the horizon. Hopefully, he tweeted out about, is it time to release the Vault? So who knows what he's got planned? But we'll talk about Ghost in a little bit, which is what I've mainly been playing. I've probably played it the most out of Bailey and Brian. But other than that, I really don't have anything out of the ordinary. If you want to go ahead, Brian.
Okay, so I've really just been listening to the stuff we've been talking about, or that we're going to talk about here in a second. I told Bailey I probably watched 11 or 12 episodes of My Hero
Did you
Academia
really?
in the last week.
Yeah.
Where are you at now?
I have mine further than what I told you last
Okay.
time. I'm almost finished with season 2. I love it. I adore that show. I've been having a blast with that. I'm really into it. Let's do the Ghost of Tsushima conversation now.
Yeah, sure.
We brought Andy on, but he won't be able to talk about
Yeah.
this at all.
I have no clue what they're talking about, boys.
So, I adore this game. I think we're all on the same page. For open world games, it's hard for me to truly want to do everything in this game.
Yeah.
I want to do everything in
Yeah.
this game. I love it. I played 5 hours today. That's all I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Yep.
I got a free schedule, so I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. I only finished the first act. I think there's 9 of them.
All of us finished the first act.
I
Yeah.
don't know how many acts there
But,
are. Because there's only 3.
I think it's 7, 8, or not.
Yeah, there's 3 sections of the map, but I don't think there's only 3 acts.
No,
I'm pretty sure
no,
it
there's
goes
more.
further than that.
We finished Act 1. Not how I expected that to go.
No.
I wasn't expecting the
Yeah,
little betrayal.
yeah,
I'm
that
not going to
was
say
really
too much just in
interesting.
case somebody's playing it. It's not a perfect game by any means. It's a little janky. I have problems with it. I was talking to you, Jordan, about how I wish there was a lock on. I've gotten used to it, so I don't need the lock on anymore. It's fluid. The
Yeah.
combat's fantastic. The archery, I love the bows. I find myself using those a ton. The stances are fantastic. It really makes you change up. I think it's a little repetitive, but it's not stopping me from enjoying the game a lot. I think a little of the side stuff gets a little repetitive,
Yeah.
but again,
Yeah, what is it today? After I complete the first act, you guys know how you can go save the farms, the 7 farms.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
done 2 of those.
I did 2 of them last night. And I did the other 5 today, and I got to the last one, and I was just like, "Can we just do this already?" It was just to the point where I honestly was wandering around trying to find the fucking people to rescue. It was just like,
Oh, yeah,
where are these people to cut?
Yeah, that's
I think-
a little tough.
Lose?
I think the rescue missions are the worst.
I don't
Because
have that much of a problem with them.
I don't have a problem with them, but I think they're the worst mission in the game because they don't really give you
Yeah, you're wandering-
here's the people.
You're wandering
Go
around a
find.
lot.
You're
Yeah.
trying to find them a lot, but for me personally, I don't think there's the only flaw in the game that I think is the ghost powers. I think are a little
Mhm.
strong, which I told these guys before. I think that game's fucking amazing. The graphics are beautiful, just the changing of the seasons that have been going on, and the.
Have you fucked around with the photo mode at all?
Yeah.
I haven't really. Have
That
you?
is sick.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Oh, it's so cool. You can do
Yeah.
you can play music. You can change
Really?
the weather
Yeah.
for your photo. It's really cool, and it could be a little smoother. I think for me,
Okay.
that's the only thing. The jankiness doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
It's a video game,
Yeah.
but I think it's because playing Last of Us and God of War, which is 2 games that came off of that were
Yeah.
super polished, and then it's a little jankier, but it's also you have more stuff you need to do with open world.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it. It's probably.
So far for me, it's my favorite game this year.
I think it might be my game of the year so far.
It's up there for sure.
think
I'm having more fun with it than I did Last of Us.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bailey, I know you didn't like
Yeah.
Last of Us very much, so that's not saying much for you. But I enjoyed Last of Us a lot, and I thought,
Looking at the other games that are supposed to come out this year, the only one that I think will rival it is possibly Cyberpunk. We'll have to wait and see.
oh yeah, that's
We'll wait
true.
and see.
Yeah.
Well, and the PS5's coming out too, so who really
so
knows?
But I mean, I think I was saying to you guys, I know you guys said you really liked the Last of Us 2 graphics, and obviously they're really good. And I was saying to Caleb when we first got here, the thing with me, because I think they're both Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima have really good graphics, but the Last of Us 2 is a little more dark and drab in a way, where
It fits the atmosphere.
yeah, it fits the atmosphere. And then with Tsushima, it's just beautiful. I was telling him about the first time I got to the Golden Forest.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is just fucking beautiful.
The yellow leaves. And
Yeah,
I
just
think-
all like in the middle, and then in the middle is that like not monastery, but
Yeah.
that little whatever.
Pretty much.
altar
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call
Yeah,
it.
Pretty
so I mean, I think this might be the most beautiful game I've ever played.
It's
up there.
It's up there in graphics for sure. I think we were talking about which game is better graphically, The Last of Us and Ghost. I think they do graphics differently because like The Last of Us, like you're focused more on like the dark aspect and like the dilapidated buildings and like the details of the characters and all that. And then like if you look at a game like Ghost, like the assassinations and like just like the nature is like so much more developed and like well done than The Last of Us. So they're graphically both really good, just for different reasons.
I think one thing that's really interesting that I really like is how the more you do and more you help people and more missions you complete. I like how your name
Yeah.
involves and you become
Yeah.
like I think at the end of the first act you're pretty much it's the hero of Tsushima.
Yeah.
They call you
Which
Ghost too.
Yeah, which I think is really cool. And, I think it's really cool because, like, obviously with the samurai code and whatnot, it's very strict and it's honorable and it's, you're not supposed to be like a thief or an assassin. You're supposed to be an honorable soldier. You fight head on. It's not, like, sneaking and whatnot. And I think it's really cool how they're showing that due to how vicious the Mongols were
Yeah.
and how ruthless they were, that they had to change the way they fought because like he couldn't just walk up somewhere and fight people because they would kill hostages.
Yeah.
And he's trying to save the people of Japan, not
Yeah.
let them die. So he has to kind of adapt and evolve, and I think they really do a good job. I think it's good character building.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
And like you can see how conflicted he is, especially the first time you do that, like the combat mission with Yuna.
Yeah.
Where she's talking about how if you don't, if you can't just walk in head first, she's like, I've seen Mongols just kill people.
Yeah.
So
This game is a really good interpretation of like that timeline, and like I don't really know of another game that really goes over this time period of like the Mongol
can't
invasion. Like
name
this
a
is
single one.
yeah, I can't either. This is a game is almost like a one of a kind. So if you haven't played it, go out and get it. It's super good. It's
So
super
Andy,
well done.
Andy, go out and get it.
It's a
yeah, Andy, definitely.
it's
I
a
encourage
Naughty
us to buy
Dog
it.
game. They
No,
did
it's a Sucker
or
Punch.
Sucker
Sucker
Punch. I'm sorry,
Punch,
you're
yeah.
right. Sucker Punch. Yeah, they did the Sly Cooper and the Infamous
Infamous.
games.
There's
that-
so many like little things that remind me of Sly
Yes.
Cooper, like the
It-
cutscenes
yes.
and shit. It's just very slight,
Well,
like how
and
it
we were-
zooms in on your character.
We were talking the other day about that cart mission.
Oh, yeah, if
The
you can
cart
track the
mission,
guy. and
when
it
you're
reminds me
tracking
of-
him, and when he
yeah.
stops every once in a while and looks around, it's almost like Dimitri is
From
looking
Sly
around for
2.
you.
If you ever played,
Yes,
oh my god, good times.
amazing games. I
What
hope
do
they,
you-
if they remastered those, I would buy those so fast. They would be
I have them
amazing.
on my Vita.
Do you?
They remastered all
What do
three.
you guys think of the side characters so far? I like them.
They're pretty good.
Which side characters are you talking?
Well, I mean, just I guess you could say like
The ones with the
Yuna-
tails?
Yeah, I think Yuna's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I really like. I forget his name, but
the Archer guy.
yeah, the Archer Sensei.
Yeah.
I think he's a really cool character, and you can kind of see like his struggle with like things he did in his past and how he tried to right his wrong.
Hit-
And then he finally gets to trust somebody, and it breaks.
His side story is probably my favorite
I
so
really
far.
like his
Mikasimo
or Makaso. I
Yes.
forget what her name is, but she's a pretty good character too.
Yeah, the Archer. I don't know the guy's name.
forget
off,
his name.
off the top of my head, but the Archer side story is probably my favorite because like
Mhm.
it's that conflict of like good and bad. You know what I mean? Like he trained this good person, but then they turned out bad. So
And it's like it shows like he finally gained trust to tell
Yeah.
someone his entire past, and then just like that,
yeah,
she kind of said person kind of turned on him.
yeah,
So I mean, I think it does a really cool job of building side characters. I don't feel like they're as static, or as I felt with like the Last of Us 2 character. I'm not trying to compare the games, but I'm just saying like a previous big game that came out. that's
Sony
why I'm
exclusive
using it.
type
Yeah.
deal.
But I like, and I was saying to you guys how I really like the time place it's taken, and you don't see too many games that. I can't think of too many games that dealt with like the Mongols and whatnot, which is weird to think about because the Mongol Empire was such a huge part
yeah.
of I can't speak English. Eastern Asia's history. So I think it's really cool that they touched on that, and they're doing a really good job so far from
Yeah.
playing it.
We'll probably talk more about this as the weeks go, because it's going to take a while for us to beat it.
Mhm.
Because none of
for
us
sure.
are truly that far.
Yeah, it's 25 to 30 hours.
but we've
I looked
been
it up.
doing a shit ton of
Well,
other stuff.
I feel like it's 25 to 30 hours.
That's
if
main
you're,
story.
If you're just
Mainlining
focused
it.
on the main story. Like, for me personally, I've been knocking out every single side
Mhm.
quest, every single question mark that I can do. So, I'm only, I think, just finishing up the first area. If I knock out all the question marks, I'll only be finished with the first area.
Yeah, I've done all the
So-
side quests that I can tell. I just
Yeah.
need to. I'm at 19 out of 24 places liberated.
Yeah.
Damn.
I have 24 of 24
Yeah.
liberated, so...
You might actually beat me on a game.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't
Um,
have too much to say, though, on it
yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
so.
I think I was good. It was. We'll talk more about it, like the story and shit.
Yeah.
But we've just been enjoying the game.
It's amazing.
So then it's just music the rest of the way out, and
Yeah.
we can get Andy finally back into the
Yeah, sorry,
conversation.
Andy.
Bro, I've been staring at these fish for quite some time.
Um,
I had to get a
okay,
fish
so
tank down.
we had
Sex.
we had a good Friday through Monday music wise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Drake and DJ Khaled released a 2-pack. We had Popstar, we had Grease. Then Drake released. We'll start with Drake because I love Drake. And then just today, earlier, he released
Only you.
Only You freestyle with Heady One, who's a UK drill artist. Let's start with the Khaled pack since we've been able to digest this a little bit. I knew Drake was going to rap on a song called Popstar.
Yeah.
He had to rap on
You
a
have
song
to.
called
You
Popstar.
have
Do we
to.
want to start with Popstar?
Yo, speaking of Drake, I'm sorry. There's a Drake meme that I gotta show you guys. I'll describe it afterwards.
I see it. You're holding it right in my front of my face. He's like, look at it.
Oh yeah, the Infinity Stone is the language. Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
that's basically how he'd be rapping anymore.
Yeah.
So let's start with Popstar. I like the track. I don't think for Drake it's anything wild. I don't think either of these songs are anything wild.
I agree.
I love Grease, but we'll talk about that when we get there. I think this is just Drake doing Khaled a favor. Like, hey, I got these 2 tracks.
Yeah, I
don't-
saw someone. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go
But I
ahead.
saw someone say on. I think it was the hip hop Twitter page. It's King Wow, hip hop. He said he kind of was just. He was like, I'm kind of glad Drake gave these to Khaled and didn't put them on his album.
Yeah, I'm
And
glad
I
none of
agree.
these. I'm glad
yeah,
neither of
I
these songs are
agree.
on the album.
Mhm.
Bailey, you like Popstar better than Grease, right?
Yeah, I liked. I didn't.
Excuse
okay,
me?
So I didn't.
See, you're gonna fit in
I
here
just-
well.
Excuse me.
I didn't
you're gonna fit
really
in here
like
nicely.
Grease all too much. Like I said to you too. You two being Jordan
This
and
man doesn't go outside.
to Jordan and Brian that I like. I don't dislike Grease, but I also think that the higher pitched tone of his voice was not necessarily something for me. But when we were listening to it on the way to get Buffalo Wild Wings, I said to Andy, I was like, I think the more I listen to the song, it's going to grow on me. So I don't hate Grease.
It's fire. It's
Yeah,
so
it-
much better than Popstar.
It's a good. It's not like the best song ever. I think.
It's not
I
the best
think
song ever, but like it's better than
Yeah,
Popstar.
yeah, it's not bad. Like I think.
Hey, come on.
I think people who don't like Drake are hating on it a lot, and then people, not saying you guys, but people who are like over the top Drake fans that have no sort of unbiased bone in their body are kind of like saying too much about how good it is. But I think it's somewhere in the middle, like most things are. I don't think it's the best song ever, and I don't think it's like the worst song
Who
ever.
wants to start? You want to start or you want me to start?
Well, I want to talk about Popstar first.
Okay.
I like Popstar. It's a banger. It's gonna go. It's gonna go in the club. That's all I have to say.
You know what
really about
Popstar literally reminds me of like a classic just DJ Khaled Drake
Yep.
song. For free, no new friends. It's
Well,
just
no new friends and I'm on one's better by a mile.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Oh yeah, but no,
it's
but I just meant like
it's
it's
not-
just a DJ Khaled Drake song.
Yep.
Drake does his thing. DJ Khaled has his fucking DJ Khaled vocals and fucking vocals. That sounded like slurred a little bit. That's why the alcohol
excuse
talking.
me. He said vocals.
Yeah, I did. It just ignore that.
This man.
It's just another DJ Khaled Drake song. Like it sounds really good. Drake does his thing. DJ Khaled does his thing. I think Popstar's it. That's it. There's nothing else to it. I think. You got anything to say, Andy?
You got more to say about Grease, right?
I mean, I think I like Grease way more than I like Popstar.
We have a lot to say on Grease.
I don't know how you're gonna take this, but the 2 songs that Drake released when the Raptors won the NBA championship, how do you say that?
Omerta and
Omerta.
Money in the Grave.
Yeah, I compare it to those two. I mean, Money in the Grave is still better than the 2 tracks that Drake and Khaled put out, but I feel like more people are going to remember Grease than Popstar, is what I mean.
yeah.
Oh, that's an
And Money in the
interesting.
Grave, people remember that, but
That's
they
an
don't
interesting
remember.
good
take.
comparison.
That's a good take. Okay.
Because if you think of Drake 2-packs, right? You think of God's Plan, and you think of what came out with God's Plan. Somebody help me. Diplomatic Immunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you always have one kind of more pop, mainstream song, and then you have a song where he's spitting.
Listen, I want to say some controversial shit too. Diplomatic Immunity is better than God's Plan by a
Oh
mile.
yeah,
By an
rapping
absolute
wise,
mile.
like if
I
you're
don't
talking about
agree,
lyrics
but
on it,
I not mad at it. I love God's Plan, even though it's
Like
played
that.
out as fuck. That 2-pack's interesting, Andy. It's a good comparison too, because
Thank you.
Money in the Grave's a little more mainstream too, I would think, but not to the extent of God's Plan.
Yeah.
But I think, what pack do you like? Because Grease, I think, is different. Like, I don't think Drake's really made something like that before.
I like the 2-pack. I gotta say this right now. I like the Omerta, or how
I
you
feel
say
like
it.
It's
it's-
Omerta and Money in the Grave.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's hard to compare because
They're not the same.
they're
Pop-
completely different because
Popstar
like
fits more in with those songs than what Grease does.
yeah, well, and the reason I
Grease
say
is
that is
more
like
like a God's Plan.
Omerta is like that single, like Drake's kind of like talking his shit, like doing his thing, and
Yeah,
then like
he
Money in the
rapped on
Grave is
that.
like a mainstream, like, and Rick Ross is on there and bodies it, right? But then like Popstar and Grease are kind of like the like DJ Khaled's trying to make it like a mainstream song, and then Drake's just kind of like, oh, here's my verse, like do what you want with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think-
it's
I
kind of
think-
hard to compare them, but
think
I
Drake-
see the comparison though.
I think Drake did Khaled a favor.
Yeah, oh,
I think
for sure.
Khaled's gonna have these 2 songs on his album. So it's gonna be a big draw, and I think this is where the album rollout really starts.
Yeah.
I think Drake doing it, including the Heady One feature. I think,
Which we'll get to.
or whatever collab. I think is all just for the album run. I think we'll get the album in August. Because
And
he
loves to
always
it.
drop in the
Yep,
summer.
He loves to drop that August.
But Grease, I was telling these guys, I feel like I should be fully enjoy that song. I need to be like in the tropics in a nice silk robe with a nice alcoholic beverage. Kind of like I have the alcoholic beverage right now, but I ain't no fucking slick robe. I'm in a basement. But like I need
Not
to be
to mention
enjoying the
we're in
sun.
fucking-
Pennsylvania.
Well, true.
We have fucking shorts and a t-shirt on.
Amish country. I don't have a robe one, unfortunately. But like, I think it's a very not that you need to be a part of different cultures or be into other
It's more
cultures
of a
to
summer
appreciate
vibe,
the
and
song.
It's not a summer
But
vibe right
it's got a very Persian feel to it,
Yeah.
French feel to
Yeah.
it. Obviously, he's rapping or singing in French a little bit, which is another language added to the fucking Infinity Stone. He collects languages like they're Infinity Stones. Yeah, I think it's cool. I didn't like the leak at first. Like, his song's been leaked, so people have heard it for a while. But the more I listen to it, I really enjoy it. And, you know, the weekend comparisons came up, which I thought was a little weird. I think it's just because the vocals are pitched up a little bit. That makes it sound like The Weeknd. Like, we're gonna sit here and say, I'm not gonna sit here and say like Drake stole The Weeknd's flow, because The Weeknd really doesn't have his flow.
No.
I mean, he sounds like that. He can sound like that if he wants.
I can
Did
go ahead.
hear? I never heard the whole weekend. Thing.
Oh, Twitter was
now. Oh,
going.
you didn't see that? Yeah,
My
they
timeline was
posted
going
that.
wild about how
Oh.
Drake stole The Weeknd's
It was
flow.
it was
Really?
really bad,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Huh.
I didn't hear it at first until I went on Twitter and saw
Yeah.
it, and then I went back and listened to it, and I was like, I can see it at some points, but at the same part, like The Weeknd, like you said, doesn't really have a flow, and like even if Drake stole The Weeknd's flow, like
Which I don't think he did.
there is no flow
Yeah, I never
really
heard that.
to steal, because The Weeknd just kind of does his thing and it's good. So like The Weeknd did his thing, is good. Drake did his thing and it's good. So I
The
don't.
Weeknd on that song would have been really good though.
Yeah.
Like
That
if you
shit
would have had, if you would have had
bodied that.
him, if you would have had Abel singing the hook
Oh my god.
with the Drake verses. But yeah, let's go into the Heady One feature. This is very, very new. Like as of
Today.
3 hours ago now, 4 hours ago, something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't have too many reactions to it, except I tweeted earlier about how I think Drake should do a UK/drill whatever EP. I love that UK sound from him. I like the UK sound in general, so I think that's why I like it a lot.
Oh, excuse me.
He went in on that. I wasn't ready for him to go in like that, and he did. And again, I think it's just part of the rollout. I don't think there'll be any singles for the album. I think he's going to announce it probably within 2 weeks, and we'll get it when we get it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be his most cohesive album since nothing was the same. And I think it'll be his best album since nothing was the same.
I'll talk because I think we'll let Bailey finish up because he probably listens to the most UK music of us all for sure.
Oh, easily.
It's interesting always to hear Drake over a UK beat because he has, whether you like Drake or you hate Drake, his ability to go over multiple sounds makes him super unique.
It sounds good.
And makes him a force in the music career. Like, he's been super diverse in multiple genres.
Yeah, his versatility is unmatched.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, he sounds super good on a rap beat. He sounds super good on a UK beat. And it's
Or a
Bailey,
pop beat, or a reggae beat,
Yeah.
or R&B.
And Bailey, I'm sure, will touch on this more, but, like, what he's done for rap, just in general, is unmatched.
What people seem to forget, too, is, Canadian culture and, in particular, Toronto slang and how they talk is very similar to the UK.
Yeah.
A lot of shit with immigration and shit. There's a lot of Jamaican and whatnot within Toronto as well.
Especially, like, I just wanted to say, like, in the UK in general, there's a lot of mixture with Jamaican slang.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of that's in Canada too. So it's not like, that's the environment that he's still in. Obviously, he's from Toronto, so. Go ahead, Bailey. Talk us through the.
Before you talk,
You want to say, Andy?
do you have anything to say, Andy?
Nah,
Did you
this
not
man
listen
said
to it?
no. I listened to it like once or twice. This man said "ting" and I'm like, he's going in. Brian's probably kicking a chair right now. Jordan's freaking out. Bailey's like tuning into his UK vibe. Like,
Yeah.
Brian's probably kicking a chair. You know me too well.
Anything else you want to say about it?
Nope, that's all I got.
Yeah,
So
Bailey has the most to say.
this
which is
is my favorite song that he dropped out of the three easily. I love seeing Drake on UK beats, but like kind of Jordan touched on it, what Drake's done for kind of hip hop in general, but specifically talking about the UK community, and I even tweeted this out earlier. Drake has done more for UK and UK drill scene than any other NA artist.
Well, same can be said for dancehall.
Yeah. NA being North American, if people didn't get that. He's done more for the UK scene than most people. I think out of anybody like around the world, obviously. He's helped so much with that scene. Especially, just look at More Life. That wasn't UK drill. That was just kind of grime.
Well, you look at that album. He had Dave
Skepta,
on there doing a little
Dave,
interlude.
Gigs.
Skepta. That Skepta.
Yeah,
interlude.
Yes, that's good.
Well,
Oh,
Skepta's
sorry.
part. He's OVO.
Yeah.
And when Drake was doing his European tours, he had Dave open for him.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
You
You brought Gigs out at that one stuff.
the culture vulture thing that they want to give Drake, I guess there can be some truth to that on certain occasions, but I think for most of the part, you look at the cultures he is accused of stealing, UK and dancehall. Popcon's on OVO. He's like a dancehall OG. Obviously, he's had WizKid on a lot, another big dancehall guy. And then you look at the UK scene, Skepta doesn't get more OG than Skepta, Gigs. And now he's going into UK drill, which is different from UK music or UK rap, with Heady One, who's probably the hottest. I'm assuming the hottest drill
I
artist
wouldn't
out right
say
now.
the hottest drill artist. He just got out of prison not too long ago, and he dropped this. It was an experimental kind of EP called Gang, and people weren't really liking it because it wasn't drill. And this was nice to see Heady kind of be like, all right, people were kind of talking down on him, but he dropped like one of the best UK drill albums, in my opinion, last year with oh my god, I forget what it's called. It's like let me look real quick. But it was like a really, really good drill album, and it just showed how good Heady One is. He is one of the top. Like I was saying to Jordan, he's probably, for me personally, it's Music X Road. That's the album that he dropped. It just kind of showed how it just was like one that caught a lot of people's attention. But in terms of UK drill, he's one of the top artists. I don't know. You see, he got attention from Stormzy even. Like, this guy...
Didn't he shout out Stormzy's girl or ex-girl?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I saw that flying around Twitter.
But Heady just continues to win, essentially. And I tweeted that out earlier. To get a Drake feature is not something to take lightly.
Yeah, Drake co-sign's huge.
Yeah, and what it does for the UK scene and Heady One in general is just massive. Drake came in, he did his thing. UK slang, talking with that kind of UK accent, I guess you could say.
It's part Toronto accent, part UK. Yeah, it's UK heavy on this track, whereas other songs where he's done like War, for example, I think it's more Toronto. That's more Toronto heavy, I think.
No, I disagree with that.
Then what? Well, it's still a mix. But this is more. This feels a lot more UK than what War did.
No, I was just. Well, I mean, especially because you have someone from the UK on there now. I think just because he kind of used Hetty's flow, and then it was also Axel B. So I mean, I guess I can kind of what you're saying, but there was definitely like Boy is a UK thing.
Again, also a Toronto thing.
Yeah, you mentioned WAP. That's the term for a gun. So you know, and he did
all them WAPs.
Yeah. And then he went in on this again with
a whole lot of WAPs.
Shut up.
He went on with this with his UK terminology and whatnot. I still think, personally, I would say Hetty had the better verse.
See, I thought Drake ate that shit.
No, Drake did.
Like, Hetty flew better, I think. Like, his flow was better on that beat. That's what he does.
Yeah.
But Drake adapts so well to anything he's given.
No, yeah, I'm not saying Drake didn't do good. I just think Hetty...
I wasn't ready for him to snap like he did on that second half of that verse.
Yeah, I mean, he
went wild.
He got the Pusha T diss.
I'm done talking about fucking Pusha T.
Fuck Pusha T. Fuck Pusha T. Like, nobody fucking cares about Pusha T. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, continue.
Nah, Hetty kind of came in and started snapping in my opinion. He comes in, how much points do we have to... And he's still laughing.
This man did not crack a smile once.
It was just like...
He was so serious.
I was serious. Fuck Pusha T.
But, Hetty came in talking that crud, how much points the game got.
Talking what?
Crud.
What the fuck
Dirt.
is that?
Crud is just like...
Are you okay? Are you alright?
Are you reading?
You guys aren't...
Is this fucking Rap Genius?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Continue.
Okay. No, but he said how much points the game got. Don't ever have to raise the dots. It was just under my bed and ready. I mean, he just had a lot of bars. There was another one that was really big. This guy.
I wish we had video.
Yeah, that was great. He had some soccer bars in here with talking about Trezeguet, who's a former French striker. The one that I really liked, he was like, got the dark and the blue, then we put it in the red Balotelli. I thought that was a pretty clever bar.
I don't even know what that means.
Balotelli is a soccer player. And
That's a really good soccer bar. That's a really good
and
soccer bar.
the dark, like black and dark blue is what this side calls Inter Milan wears. And then he also played for this team called AC Milan, which is
okay. I've heard of that.
And it's red and black. So he started off for for Inter Milan. So got the dark and the blue, then put him in the red.
So let's talk about their jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, whatever. See, Jordan appreciated it.
No, it really is a good bar.
But I mean,
this is what he's talking about.
I think he's a fucking.
This is their
clown.
jersey.
A clown.
This is their jersey.
Yeah.
That's like classic Inter Milan jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's talking about the blue and black. Call me Balotelli because Balotelli was fucking banging goals for
He
them.
played for Liverpool too, right?
Yeah,
Yes, he did. He played for a lot of different. He's kind of been tossed around.
Yeah. He
played for Man City.
He's
too.
been all over the place,
Yeah.
which is super
Oh,
unfortunate.
Man City, we don't like them, Brian. Don't
Side-
No, we don't fuck with that. Man.
Sidetrack real quick. Balotelli is like a super good striker. Just he's never been on a team long enough to actually
he's never
make it.
fulfilled his potential because Balotelli in his own right is kind of crazy.
Well, he's fucking retarded, but that's beside the point.
No, but I also thought another thing that was pretty cool was their chemistry on this. Because, like, what is it? Drake says got one in it, Hetty. So that's a Hetty 1-1. Hetty also says, it's at the very end, he says they trying to stop sliding Tusi. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, you didn't catch
That
that?
reminds me
Yeah.
like Tootsie Slide.
Well, that's the.
Jordan. Jordan, that's the...
Even I got that.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know he said that. At the end of it.
I didn't either.
I didn't know he said that at the end. But I'm just saying.
Oh,
I thought that was
man,
pretty
this side of the
cool.
couch is fucking lit.
Yeah. So I mean, I think they both did a really good job. I think Walks, who's a UK producer and also reacts to UK music, drill music and whatnot, he said that this is the drill song of the year. Go argue with your dead great gran. So it's like,
Wow.
I completely agree with that sentiment
That's
too.
the only drill song I heard all year, so sure.
Yeah, like this was top notch. The mix could have been better.
It's a freestyle.
Yeah, it could have been better, but I mean, it is.
It's
what it
more
is.
Drake. I ain't mad at
I
it.
mean, yeah, that's also true.
Let's go into the Joey Bada songs. Unless anybody has anything else to say about the Drake tracks. They're enjoyable. For me, just keep giving me more Drake. I'll eat it all up. The Joey project, or I guess it's a 3-pack. It's not really a project.
It's weird because it's not really an EP.
But he kind of released it as an EP.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to be. He doesn't want it to be.
Yeah,
called
he
an
was
EP.
going wild on Twitter
Yeah.
about it being called an EP. But it's so help me out with the names. It's Shine is the last one.
I have no
Light-
fucking idea
it's
what the
Light,
names of them
something
are.
and Shine.
Light is the first one.
Yeah.
And there's a song with Pusha T that I don't know the name of.
Yeah. That's the second song. I forget what it's called.
I'll start. It's good to have Joey back.
Absolutely.
He sounds great.
Always.
Sounds like Joey. He sounds hungry. Happy about that. My favorite song of the pack's actually the last one, Shine. I think that sounds a little more like 1999 Joey. Me being me, myself, Andy, and Jordan saw Joey
No
live.
explanation. That's what it is.
Okay. I would have never guessed that. We saw Joey live. He opened for Logic 2 years ago now? 3 years ago?
Oh my god,
3
that
years.
That was like 3
That
years.
was the Everybody tour.
That's crazy to think about. That was 3 years.
Yeah,
Fucking
and-
festival
and
here.
we saw, I mean, we saw how talented, we knew Joey was talented, but seeing him live and him rapping live, he's super, I mean, we knew he was super talented. There's no doubting the talent of Joey. I was happy with all 3 songs. I wish the Pusha T feature was on the first song, on the Light. I think that beat matches Push a little bit more.
I really like that beat. That piano in the background.
For the Light, the first song?
For the second song.
Oh, okay, yeah. The second song is lighter and has a nice little reverb in it. It's at one part there that I like a lot. I like all 3 songs. I think they're all hits. Not hits as in like, gonna blow up, but like hits as in
Good
he didn't
songs.
miss.
It's got-
He didn't
yeah.
miss. And I think we'll get a Joey album before the end of the year. I think it's safe to say that. I think he's
Yeah.
still got more in the tank. I think this is him saying he's back. Finally with solo projects, because All American Badass was
3 years ago.
the same years as everybody.
That's 2017.
Yeah, so, God, 2017 was 3 years ago. It feels like forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
Time
But
flies.
what about you guys? What are we feeling?
Let's go.
Um,
Go ahead, Jim.
I really
Go ahead.
liked it. I really like Push's verse too. Like, I'm a big Joey fan. I'm excited to see what he does. Boom bap beats or something that I always love. So it's nice to see. Like you said, that one song sounded like something from 1999 a little bit. So it was cool to get that. Joey's a top artist, and people need to remember that. I mean, in terms of when he drops, it's going to get attention.
He'll quickly remind people that he's top.
Yeah, how good he is. Because, like, realistically, he's probably top 7 gamer in the game right now. Like,
Well,
he's
I wouldn't say
top
right
10.
now because he just dropped again, but like when he drops his
Yeah.
album,
Yeah.
he'll be back up in that conversation.
So, he kind of just gave us a little reminder, and then he'll give us the album in the future. So it'll be nice to see that.
Yeah, Andy.
I kind of touched on it on my previous comment, but like the second song with like the piano, I don't want to say the simplicity of the beats because they're really not simple, but like just like that piano sound with him just flowing over it is perfect. Like it's already got me hooked for a Joey album.
Yeah,
coming
Joey
out.
does a lot with a little.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think is what you're getting at.
I mean, in a way, that's kind of what boom bap is too.
Yeah.
It's not like it's anything crazy.
That's what hip hop
It's-
originated from.
Yeah. So, Joey is definitely old school.
Yeah.
Oh, for
so,
sure. But he's done a good job to adapt to the new. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
takes that old school sound, but he fits it into today.
And there's
Kind
also-
of like we always talk with Griselda.
Yeah.
They kind of do that same thing. So
And there's enough people in that, I don't want to say it's a niche group, but just that group of people who, myself included, that just love that old New York boom bap sound
Yeah.
that will absolutely eat what Joey puts out.
Jordan, what was your favorite? Because we were talking about it. We were going to get food,
So-
and I asked you what your favorite song was, and you said you were going to save it. I'm interested to hear your take.
So, I love the last song, same as you. I think The Shine is a perfect description of what Joey is. I think that song shows exactly what Joey's about. It shows his old school style. It's that 1999 vibe that you had showed. All 3 songs are really good. For me personally, I could have done without the Push It feature. I told you this in the car when we were going to get food. It's not that I don't like Push, but I just
Even though you
Even-
just,
yeah,
even though
you
like
said
literally
fuck
10
Push.
minutes
I don't
ago
like
you
him,
said
but, you
fuck
know.
Pusha T.
I did say fuck Pusha T because nobody cares about it. But like I meant
I'm
like
about to
nobody
cut you off. Like you
no-
don't need this.
nobody like I meant that by like nobody's talking like no we don't need to keep talking about Pusha like just let
Like-
whatever.
He's very good.
Oh yeah,
And
he's
what
super
he
talented,
does.
especially on that Corday album which I was talking about earlier. That Nightmares Are Real. That his feature on that is phenomenal.
Yeah, he usually brings it on features. I don't mind. I'll let you finish. I don't mind the Pusha feature. I just wish it was on one of the different tracks. I wish it was on the first track with a harder beat.
Yeah,
I think
I
Push
just
flows
don't
a little
think
bit better
I
on a
don't
harder
think the
beat.
piano goes with Push. I think Push needs a beat that is faster, like a faster, harder beat, because Push
Something
is
more grimier.
he's super good at rapping, and I just feel like over the piano he wasn't. For me personally, and you guys can have a different opinion. That's
What
fine.
song is it on Daytona that he raps with the piano on? I'm trying to think.
I don't know, but all I can think of is Runaway.
That's also true.
But
Sorry,
continue.
No, it's okay. I just for me personally, I would have preferred to heard him on a
Heard.
Yeah, that was weird to say. That's weird to
It
say.
sounded funny.
It was weird to say too. I would have preferred to hear him.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep touching your leg. It just kind of happens. I keep forgetting your leg's there.
Oh, I thought you meant Jordan. I thought you were just.
No,
That's my fucking
What
foot.
is
I keep
going
stretching
on?
my
He's
foot
such a
out.
fucking Bailey's leg. I would have liked to hear Push just go in, like just rap harder than what he did on the 3 songs, or just on not even 3 songs, just that middle song.
Yeah.
But all 3 Joey songs are super good. All of Joey's parts are really, really good.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the album.
Yeah,
now. I didn't realize how much I missed Joey until.
Yeah.
until I
Well,
heard
it's
this.
weird because like he's somebody that we don't talk about often, but then, excuse me, when he does finally drop an
Yeah.
album, it's we're like, oh shit, like this is super good. And Joey's really good at just, like he does like a singing rapping mix kind of, especially like when we saw him on the tour. Like he did that like singing rapping mix. Which
He did
is,
that more on All American Badass.
Yeah.
Something I think he should stick with.
Yeah,
He does it well.
yeah,
He does it well.
He's super talented.
He is.
Super talented artist.
He's still pretty young too.
I don't even know how old
He made
is.
He made 1999 when he was like what?
16?
16?
Really?
Which is insane to think about.
I saw
What
a
were you
tweet.
doing when you were 16, Andy?
When I was 16.
Other than us playing baseball
We were in
together?
He's
fucking
25.
We were in fucking school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm still in school.
Well, yeah. but-
16. Was I working? Was I working at the Bell then?
No, you weren't a minor when you were working at Taco Bell. You didn't need breaks and shit.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It was
can't
like
remember.
really short, but
Yeah.
No, but I saw a tweet. It was it was a Google search. Joey Badass birthday, and he was born in like what 1995, 1994. Someone's like, he made 1999 when he was 4 or 5.
I love the
fucking
internet.
hell. People.
I don't have much else to say other than the tracks are really good. Like,
Get excited for the
All
album.
of the
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
that has released was super good.
yeah, we had a good Friday, and
Yeah.
I didn't text you guys this when I sent you the topic list, but I'm going to interject it here because it's a good transition.
This ain't-
Jordan threw me the oop. Next Friday, we're getting Logic's last project.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And-
possibly Kanye.
Possibly Kanye. I want to more so focus on the Logic side of it because we know we're going to get that. That's
Yeah.
tangible, and Andy is also a big Logic
And,
fan.
and Logic's always been
or
super
what,
good with
yeah.
his release dates. Like if he says
Oh,
like,
yeah,
he's
yeah, it's
releasing-
coming out. That
yeah.
album's
for
been
the last
done.
few
Yeah.
projects.
So for those who don't know, Logic announced No Pressure, his last album, which he claims he's going to retire after. His first album was Under Pressure, last album No Pressure. I have 2 questions. One is, do we think he's actually retiring, or what does that mean to you? And then the second question is, where are we at with Logic? And let's put a couple questions into one. Where are we at with Logic? If this is really it, what's his? Obviously, we haven't heard the album yet, but what's his legacy look like to you? And what are your expectations for the album?
Oh, I want to go last.
Andy, go ahead.
Well, if you haven't seen yet, I saw on Twitter he signed a deal with Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
To
you for
stream.
bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up.
So he's definitely going to be like in the public eye still. He's not going
Yeah.
to be like completely disappearing.
Mhm.
I think that I don't want to say it's a retirement per se.
This is interesting because I haven't talked to you about this yet.
Yeah. This is what I expect. So I expect just what he's been like recently putting. Like he put out a book. He said he's been writing movie scripts. I expect like content like that. Possibly an album in the future, but I'm not expecting every year a Logic album coming out.
Like we've been getting.
I don't
we've
think
been
he'll
getting.
completely go away. I
Yeah.
feel like music-wise, I'm talking about. I think he'll drop songs here and there because I mean he's still a rapper. He's still a music creator, and I'd assume he still has a love for this genre of music. So I think here and there he'll still drop a song. I wouldn't be surprised if he just fucking freestyled on like stream sometimes. Like we all know he can freestyle. So I think we'll still see music, just not as much or is in
not in
artists
the
large of a
not in the
quantity.
concentrated way that you think
Yeah.
of rap, like albums and
Not
singles.
that we'll never get an album again. I think it's plausible.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even think it's. This is gonna sound stupid, but like not as an album. I'm thinking more of just collection of songs, just a random.
No, yeah.
Here's this, type deal.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
expect like a huge release like everybody was or like
Yeah.
or how this. I mean, this album really. I don't think it's been hyped up as much as his
Well, it kind of
previous
came out of
albums.
the blue.
It did come out of the
Well,
blue.
Because
over a week.
he continually said that No Pressure wasn't coming out till next year.
Yeah.
And by now, us being Logic fans, we should know he was lying.
Mhm.
Because he does that shit a lot. Not lying in the bad way, but lying in the sense of,
A
yeah,
little
I'm
white
not
lie.
dropping anything for a while. And then here's a new project
Yeah.
a month
But
later.
I really do hope that if this is it, he does go out with a bang because
needs
his
to,
last
man.
projects have not done it for me.
I truly hope.
I get like a few singles from these projects here and there, but I really want something like The Incredible True Story or like everybody.
'Cause that's your
where
favorite,
both-
right?
That's
Incredible True
kinda-
Story is
they-
your
Too?
That's one of your favorite albums ever.
That is my favorite album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Jordan, you guys like Incredible True Story, right? Bailey, and
Yeah,
you
Tits
guys
is my
like.
favorite Logic album.
Yeah, and you and I are Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Which is the same.
I mean,
They're 1A, 1B.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all in the same boat. Is the thing that I hate is Logic's become such a meme now,
Yeah.
and he's done it to himself.
With
But at the same time, like people forget he
which I
up
want to
to-
talk about then on his legacy then.
Up to
Yeah.
the first Bobby. Wait, hold on. First Bobby Tarantino was after everybody, right?
No, it was before.
It was before.
So up
everybody.
into
It's
Bobby
right before
Tarantino
everybody.
is what I'll say.
Yeah, you don't like everybody as much.
See, I love everybody.
I think it's up to everybody from. Well, I like Bobby Tarantino too.
See,
a
I
lot.
do too.
Yeah.
I
And
love
Young Sinatra
Tarantino.
I like
4.
Bobby
Yeah.
Tarantino too.
Young Sinatra 4 isn't terrible, but
it-
that's
it
where
doesn't-
the
it's
decline
not like
starts.
that.
That's where the
And you
decline
know-
starts.
I think
And me-
people forget to realize. I didn't mean to
No, you're
interrupt you,
good, you're
Bailey.
good.
Like his mixtapes
Are
are
so good.
fucking amazing.
Well, Welcome to Forever to me is probably my second favorite Logic
Yeah.
project.
Yeah, like his
it's
mixtapes
amazing.
are amazing, and like his legacy, like regardless of like the Young Sinatra 4 and the Supermarket and the
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, like yeah, those aren't great. But like if you look at his like stuff that he first released with the Under Pressures and the Incredible True
And all the Young
Story
Sinatras.
and all the Young Sinatras, like that is good Logic. So like
And-
yeah, maybe his legacy was hurt a little bit with these last couple projects, but I would still say Logic is a top rapper. Like his first
See,
project.
that's an interesting take for me because you and I were talking about how we don't listen to Logic
No,
much anymore. At
we
all.
don't.
I don't know if it's. This is gonna sound stupid, but
he's not in the mainstream anymore. Like the sound is not Logic anymore.
well, and not only that, but I think did we grow out of Logic a little bit?
I don't know if
I
we
think
got
it's not
well,
growing out of Logic. It's
here's-
he's just such a meme and like
Yeah.
his quality of music is like.
The,
I'm sorry,
the
I don't
quality of
know.
music has declined from Under Pressure and Incredible True Story for me, but it's also unfair because I think he peaked with his first two projects.
Here's
I
what I
I
think.
agree too.
I mean, not that it's
Go
unfair.
ahead, you two, and then I
'cause
wanna
it's-
say something.
He made bad music, so it's
you
not
two
like
talk,
it's,
and then I want to say something.
I think that this may help just because, we have a break. I feel like this has been more of a break for, at least for me, from the last Logic because I really haven't listened to Logic a lot recently.
No,
no,
I haven't either.
I haven't either. I haven't listened to Logic. I can honestly say I have not listened to a Logic project in probably a year.
So maybe
Yeah.
this little break might, help
Yeah.
sound it with new Logic and just forget about all the bad tracks he's kind of or
Well,
the tracks I didn't like that
and-
he
and
kind of
the-
put
He's
out.
become corny too a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been kind of
So
corny. but
when he did the first Bobby and Tarantino, right? It was I'm gonna make what I want, and it was like okay, Bobby Tarantino one's fine. It's a quality project. Everybody's a quality project for me. Bobby Tarantino 2 is a quality project, but you can still see dips in Bobby Tarantino 2.
oh yeah,
Yes.
I get making what you want, but making what you want isn't always making what's good. If you look at Confessions, there's a few songs in there I really enjoy.
Same.
And I think there's a concept on there, but it's so half-assed. And it's like he wanted to do something with social media and how it affects you, which is fine. I think he could do that really well, but he didn't do it well.
Yeah.
And I think this album for me needs to be away from social media. It needs to be away from equality. It needs to be away from positivity.
Yeah.
I need Logic.
Being biracial.
I need that too. I need Logic to.
No, I think the biracial
It's just
thing
become
is,
such a meme at this point.
but I think the biracial thing is okay. But he needs to get away from this.
It depends on how he handles it.
He needs to get away from this. Oh, I'm biracial, so
Yeah.
you need to treat me like this, and this.
By making it so apparent.
Yeah, you need to
we
go
get
back
it.
to the Under Pressure, the incredible true story of I'm just gonna talk my shit, and yeah, I'm biracial, but you're gonna fucking like it.
You know what I
whether you
really
like it or
He's
not.
been a little bit like repetitive recently
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I really want. I want him to talk about what happened with him and his first wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to hear
I want to
that.
hear where his mind was at. After Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, after he got clowned.
And I mean, he's been so secretive with
You know-
his second relationship too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and what his son means to him. And I'm not here. I don't need father bars.
Yeah, no.
I don't want that either.
We don't need that chance shit.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm actually worried about. I don't need to hear this. I'm leaving the rap game so I can be a father over and over again. I don't
Yeah.
mind it a little bit, but I almost have a comfort because I feel like this album's going to be good.
I hope so, but if
I
it-
truly think it's produced by No ID, which is what
which-
Under Pressure was.
Which already makes me super, super excited because No Idea did Under Pressure, which is our favorite
Right,
album,
and-
which
and
he's
No
a
ID
super good producer.
And No ID's worked with Kanye and
Yeah.
Jay-Z, and like No ID makes good. When he's producing an album, it's always good.
Yeah.
So, I'm very open minded. I don't have any hopes. Like, I'm straight up with you guys. I don't have any expectations. I'm going to enjoy the album. I want to reflect on Logic as an artist because I think while he's clowned into oblivion now and he's earned some of that, he at one point was probably
was
all
on
of our
top.
favorite artists.
He was
I
on
love him,
top.
yeah.
I
like
would,
we saw him. We went
we've seen him four times.
four
now.
times in a row.
We've
Four
seen him
summers in a row.
This is gonna sound corny, but I hope he takes me down memory lane of like old Logic.
Yes.
Kind of like we did on
I-
Young Sinatra 4.
I
He
want
did that a
that.
little bit.
I
He did a
want
little
that.
bit.
Just in case.
My bad.
No, I just want to
I'm
make
a little
sure.
new to this stuff, so you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
hear
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I'm
I
probably
just
listening
wanna
to
make
it.
sure just in
I can
case.
tell from the waves here. That
No,
we're
but
started.
I agree with you. If he takes us down that, what if he just does? Hear me out. He just does this reflection. The whole album is just a reflection over the years. He starts off on like that Under Pressure, and then he goes through and talks about like how he had his ups and his downs, and then he just finishes with like, "Hey, I'm done with the game."
Well, and I think that's a safe bet as to where he might be going, because the album's called No Pressure. He's made a career. He has his projects lined up after this.
Yeah.
There's no pressure on him anymore.
Right.
Regardless of what you want to say about Logic, you can call him corny, call him whack, whatever.
you can call him those because I think he's absolutely
He's
deserved
deserved
it.
some of those at this lull in his career, but he can still rap.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
he can still tell a story.
And listen, I don't care what anybody says. Until you've been to a live Logic concert
Yeah.
and he is spitting over the
And
mic, he is one of the
well, not
best
only
to
that,
do
but
it.
everybody says it. He's a fantastic human being.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the nicest guys. I mean, we never met him, but
No.
just seeing him live and seeing how he interacts with people and his fans, you know, he's a special dude for other reasons than just music. And I think we tend to forget that in this age of social media and not wanting to be different. And, you know, the whole hip hop crowd on Twitter will tell you that Logic's whack and all this shit. But, you know, like I said, we saw him 4 years in a row. Like, we love this guy. Even if we don't listen to him as much anymore, like,
He still has a special place
still
in my
rooting
heart.
for him, yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. I think everybody's rooting for him on this album.
I have two things to say, man.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that.
Go ahead, Bailey, and then I'll talk.
Yeah, I figured you said you want to go last.
Yeah.
I'm just worried if it's a miss. It's his last three projects were just misses.
Well,
And
that
it's
leads in perfectly to what I'm going to say. Then.
And
It's beautiful, Bailey.
And it's also just like he wants to call it No Pressure, and then so you're automatically and then the artwork itself is so similar to Under Pressure that it's like if he misses, especially with it's an entanglement with his first major studio album.
I hate that you were like smiling over that. I caught that. Like, move on.
I wish he didn't, like, dead ass, which I want to talk about that then,
You don't
too.
like how he called it No Pressure?
No. He said entanglement
He said-
first.
Oh,
he said
yo,
entanglement.
that shit
Then
was
he looked-
right
he
over
was-
my head.
Listen,
yo.
I li-
He
did
looked
you
at all
listen?
three of us and just
Did
started
you listen to that
smiling.
song? Did you listen to that All
No,
the
I
Same
didn't.
song?
I didn't.
Yo, that Rick Ross bodies that
Rick
shit.
Rick Ross is on there?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Rick Ross bodies that shit.
I'm gonna have
Absolutely
to go
kills
listen to that.
It's so
God,
good.
yo.
Listen, August Alsina's fucking corny as fuck, but Rick Ross kills it.
No, don't disrespect my man August. He's
I'm not saying
talented as fuck.
he is, but he's
I mean, he just
corny,
got caught
dude.
up because
he's fucking weird.
he got boss bitched by Jada Pinkett Smith.
He's weird.
but
He's fucking weird.
That's
though.
fine. Anyway,
No, yeah.
Back to
he
life.
also like has something wrong with his eyes.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah. It's
Well,
not
like
like
you.
He relates. That's why I like him. He
Dude,
relates.
cross-eyed?
I'm not cross-eyed, but I got a fucked
I
up
didn't say you
left
were
eye.
cross-eyed. Was he cross-eyed?
I think he is.
I don't know. He can't like he's like
Okay.
partially blind or whatever. But
Poor Will Smith.
that doesn't matter. But it's I just hope that, especially with how it's tied with his first studio album, and it's such a beloved album. I just hope he doesn't, swing and miss again.
I don't know.
Okay.
Go ahead, finish off.
That fits into what Bailey said about being a miss. That fits in perfectly with what I wanted to talk about. So, first thing I wanted to talk about is if it's a miss, okay, how does that affect his overall
I think it hurts.
legacy? Does that make him lower
Yeah.
than what he should be, or does he still have that like, oh, I was still one of the best to do it when I was producing good music? Does that still make him one of the best?
So
or does that-
you're hitting more on the legacy part.
yeah.
I think it hurts his legacy a lot.
I don't.
Because, you
Go
go to
ahead.
the plate 3 times and you swing and miss 3 times. You strike
So
out.
okay, before
Okay,
we go any
but-
further, what's the three?
The 3 misses are definitely
The 3 misses.
Confessions.
Well, the 2 misses so far.
So-
So if I'm saying if he misses here, it's going to really fuck up things.
So here's what's interesting. This opens up a different conversation. Is Logic's 2 we're calling it 2?
Yeah.
What do we call 2 misses?
His last
So
2
are we
projects, Young
counting-
Sinatra 4 and Confessions of a
No,
Deep
see, I don't
Friend.
call Young Sinatra 4 a miss.
I wouldn't say it's a
Was it-
full. It wasn't a full miss.
It wasn't really that good.
I would say the
Yeah,
2
it
misses are
But-
Supermarket but Supermarket's kind of
I don't
weak.
count that. 'cause
So you
it's
don't
for a
count
book.
Supermarket. Okay,
See,
that's
but-
interesting.
See, but I count Supermarket because he released
still
it
under
as
the
an
Logic
album.
name.
It's under his name. He released it with the book.
Okay, so
That's
he has
fair,
3
too.
misses then.
No, I wouldn't even say
So
3.
okay,
I say it's
so
like
let's-
2.5.
So let's just for shits and giggles say it's 2 misses, right? We can agree on 2 misses.
Yes.
If we're counting
For-
Supermarket.
absolutely, at least 2.
For Bailey, it's 3, but I didn't hate Young Sinatra 4 enough to call it a miss.
I
But,
didn't either. I think that some of the songs there.
So he has. This is
amazing.
going to be his 9th studio album.
Which is crazy that it's that long of a discography.
Which is crazy to have a running
So
discography of that long.
So here's an interesting conversation. 7 of 9 is still a really good ratio.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
For you, it's going to
absolutely.
be lower. I understand.
Yeah, a little bit for me.
For,
yeah.
but even a 6.
You're
even
looking
a
at
6
you're
of a
looking at
9.
66% there,
Or a 5, because I don't really like everybody either.
which is
Well, that's why
I might have to go re-listen to it, but
I think you should.
Well, you're wrong.
I think you should. I think
I
everybody.
really think you should because everybody's amazing. I
the
think.
production on that's
It's
really top
super-
I
notch.
don't
Yeah.
really count
But
Supermarket.
but
That's
you
the
didn't
thing
like
for me.
All American Badass much either, right?
I went
Just 'cause of
back
the
and
theme-
listened-
the
I
theme
went
of
back
it.
and listened to it now, and I like it a lot more. I think
Okay.
there's a lot more songs
Okay.
that I like.
Well, I'd be interested. I'm not saying you're gonna like the album again because I know everybody really makes or breaks a lot of people. So that's not an unpopular opinion. But my question to you guys is more so, is let's just say it's 2 full misses, right? I can agree with 2 full misses.
Yes. Yeah.
His track record still isn't that bad.
But
I
to
would-
be I'm sorry, but like for top artists, 2 misses is even a lot.
Okay, but Kanye has 2 misses. Now
No,
before you,
no,
I
yeah.
don't want you to think I'm attacking you. But what
No,
I'm
no.
saying, what I'm saying is, Kanye also has more projects.
But you could
And I
also
think,
I
say
still think
and
it
the
hurts his
projects,
legacy a lot.
the
You-
projects before those 2 misses,
You could also say-
I think, are more consistent than what Logic's
you could also
projects
say
are.
Drake has 2 misses.
Does he really though?
You could say that,
A lot of people would say Scorpion's a miss.
and you would
Yeah.
say Thank Me Later's a miss.
I wouldn't say Thank Me Later is a full
But
miss.
but you could say that it's a miss.
You could argue it's less than.
Yes. So you could say it's a miss, but Drake also
But-
has super good projects that
I think the only artist you can really not say who truly does not have a miss is Kendrick.
yeah,
I don't think because
Yeah.
Look at Kendrick's
But
debut.
Travis doesn't have a miss either.
but we're not.
Well, but it depends
He's
if you
a different.
Neither does J. Cole really.
Well, but J. Cole's debut album fits in the same spot as
Oh, yeah,
Thank
that's
Me
true. I
Later.
forgot about that,
And
yeah.
whereas it's not a miss, but it's just a different artist.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Whereas I don't think Logic didn't suffer. Under Pressure is a
Tough.
damn good.
Under Pressure
rap
and
album.
even Tits, but
Incredible True
True Story. For those who don't understand the abbreviation, like those are top.
Like, what are we talking about tits for?
Yeah, like those are top.
They're valuable
Top.
items.
Like those are really, really good
It'd be
projects.
interesting to do a
for-
Logic tier list.
Yeah.
At some point.
after
We're doing
this
a fuck. We're doing
After
a,
it.
we're doing a Logic tier list after
Oh,
this
well,
fucking
but
Travis.
not
one.
after this
No,
one.
yes we are.
Because
Yes, we
gotta
fucking
wait-
are.
No, we might as well wait for the album.
Yeah,
We can't
let's-
fucking wait
No,
because
let's
if,
wait. Let's wait for No Pressure.
we can't wait
Justin,
because
he'll
Andy
still
won't
be
be
here.
here.
He'll still be here.
No, he fucking won't.
When are you leaving?
August.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You got next
I
week.
just don't.
You can be back next week if you want.
Do I work next week? I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, we'll see.
We'll call him.
Yeah, just visit me at work. Bring the mic.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm struggling. I'm struggling this little last bit here.
Are you staying here or what?
I'm taking him out.
Nah, I'm barely taking me out.
The Pink
Jesus,
Whitney
I
is
stay
hit.
here.
We are.
What do you mean?
What were we talking about?
Talking about Logic. We're talking about Logic. So that goes
Brian,
into
this is not good.
We'll go into my second
Listen, I'm at
part.
my house, so I'm.
We're going to
I know,
my second part of what I wanted to talk about Logic. So if No Pressure is a miss, but
What do you think is going to be a miss?
fuck no, I think No Pressure is going to be amazing. I really think No Pressure is going to be amazing.
I hope so too.
I think
Shrek
it'll be
predicted an 8 out of 10.
I think that's what I think it's going to be. I think at worst it'll be everybody.
And if it's in
Everybody
everybody,
quality.
I'm super happy with that.
Yeah, me
if
too.
it's in everybody, I'm happy.
Me too.
But if it is a miss, per se, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to go on tour and do a No Pressure final tour, do you go and see him?
Of course.
I'm going to see it.
You
right?
have to.
You have to.
You have
I
right?
haven't seen Logic yet, so I have to.
Yeah.
I think you have to because he's not going to just play No Pressure stuff. Like, he's going to play that old shit. And just that nostalgia of seeing him for the last time
Well,
would
hypothetically, the last.
Well,
time.
yeah, right.
I don't truly think so. With my thing with the retirement thing, is I think he'll retire the name Logic.
Maybe.
I think the Logic we know will be done after this album, which I think is fine. He's given us plenty of good times, good moments, great music. He's given us bad music here and there, but every artist does at some point. I think he overworked himself from After Everybody. So I think everything after Everybody. I'm talking. I'm talking Young Sinatra 4. I'm talking Bobby Tarantino 2. I'm talking Supermarket. I'm talking Confessions.
I want to know what your guys' opinion is too, because that's a good point you bring up. I feel like After Everybody, I feel like the stuff after that was rushed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's what. Yeah.
Because he dropped all of those within a span of. Because
That was like
Supermarket and Confessions came out the same year.
Yeah, I feel like that was a 4-year span, and
I think it's less. I think it's like 3 years.
You had 2 albums. Supermarket being like the book.
But like you said, he put it out under Logic.
Yeah.
So you have to consider it.
Yeah.
He always brought up the fact that he would drop albums, back to back to back.
Well,
to
he
back.
said,
But,
I forget, was it you I was talking to that said he has like 7 unreleased albums or something? Was that you I was talking to? Who was I talking to? Damn it! Oh, I was talking to Harrison. Because his flex on one of the songs was he has like 6 unreleased albums. Are we ever going to hear those? I think down the road. I think down the road he'll just release them.
That would be super cool to hear. What was he working on that was never released?
I think honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I think No Pressure has been done for a while.
I think it has too.
I think this is like I think he's been working on it for a while.
Yeah.
I think he took his time with it, and I think now for whatever reason he thought it was a good time to release it and be done with it.
I hope it's good. I really
did
do.
too.
I hope it's good.
Do we have anything else to say about Logic? I think
No.
we're all in agreement. We hope it's really good.
Yeah, I just want to say 2014 it was Under Pressure, 2015 Incredible True Story, 2016 Bobby Tarantino, 2017 Everybody,
He's dropped every year.
2018 Bobby Tarantino 2 and Young Sinatra.
That's right
4,
there.
That's where his downhill went.
Yep.
Right there.
Supermarket 2019, Confessions 2019.
Yep.
That
and
is where
it
he-
literally started here. Bobby Tarantino 2. I think we all agree. Really solid
Yeah.
project. Young Sinatra 4, dip. What was Supermarket, dip.
Yeah.
Now Supermarket's different, but like Jordan said, under the Logic name, so you have to account for it. And then Confessions, another dip.
And Confessions is a big dip for me. There's some songs, like a couple
I
songs
agree.
on it that's
Yeah.
good, but it's a big
It also
dip.
has Logic's worst songs on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I just hope I hope Logic can go out on a high note.
I think
he's at a better
He
point.
deserves it. I've never seen this much Logic love on my timeline.
Which is
For
interesting
real.
too. I'm not going to talk about it now, but keep that same energy. You can't clown You aren't clowning Logic and then say, "Oh, I hope this is good for his sake."
well, and
Logic.
like, God, Andy.
I really want this album to be good. First off, because kind of owe me. I ordered a hat, Bobby Boy hat, and it never showed up. And it was $30 out of my bank account.
Wait, you never got the Bobby Boy?
I
hat?
never got it.
Wait, I have mine.
Bro, okay, I ordered it, never got it, and then I thought that if I clicked this one button on the site, it was gonna, just like send the order again, and dumb me, order another one. So I was $60 in my bank account on hold, and I literally had to like go through all these things to just cancel my order, and they're like, if you got it, you can keep it.
So you hear that Logic?
And I never got it.
You hear that, Logic? If you're listening,
Logic, I ordered 2 hats through you, man.
And never got either.
And I never got either one of them. I got my
I-
$60 back, which I appreciate your company working hard to get my money back. But still, bro,
I
this album, I'll forgive you. I will forgive
I
you if
have
this
2
slaps,
Logic
alright?
hats. I have the Everybody one, and I have the Bobby Boy one.
I don't have any Logic.
Yeah, you
I
got
have
the
a Rat Pack. I have
everybody
an
one
O-
because you lost
You have
yours.
the don't you have the OG?
I have the
Rat
OG
Pack?
Rat Pack
Yeah.
snapback.
Yeah.
That's how big of a fan I am.
And listen,
forgot about that.
whether you I think we can all say, because we're all super good Logic fans. We've been through the
Super
best.
good Logic fans.
Super big Logic fans. The liquor is speaking from the couch. That's all I'm saying.
super. Oh yeah, super good really doesn't make sense. I didn't even think about it
Just
not
quit
making
thinking
sense.
about it, man.
That's what I mean. Thank you. Like I just fucking said it.
Thinking about
And like
it.
they're fucking over here clowning me for it.
Oh god.
Like
Brian's toast.
we can
He
sit-
is zapped.
we can sit here and-
He is zapped.
Listen, man, I'm feeling
I
good.
can hear the
Feeling
Pink
great.
Whitney talking.
we can sit here and say that we've been through the best, we've been through the worst, so we're
Absolutely.
allowed to
Brian's going through a really rough time.
like
right
give
now.
a good
Why
opinion.
am I not?
Like we can sit here and say that like Logic's on this down climb because we've literally been listening to him for years. So
I feel like Andy.
oh yeah, you just what the fuck?
That-
Fucking turn your
sorry.
head back.
Sorry,
That's
I
what
go
I
back to
said.
Brian.
So I hope No Pressure is good. I think it's going to be good. I think he's taking his time on it and release something that's going to be quality, and that's all I have to say.
We'll know shortly.
Yeah,
It's this week. This week. It's
Dude.
Thursday night.
The only thing I'll have to say is, if Kanye drops, who gets the first listen?
Kanye.
For me, it's probably Logic.
I think it's Logic for
Very,
me too.
very so slightly, but I'll listen to both like back to back.
Yeah, but I think it's Logic for me only
as long
because
as I'm not too
I
intoxicated
have
while I'm
more
watching fucking
I have
Dodgers
more
Giants.
nostalgia with Logic than I do Kanye because Logic was like that.
We loved Logic.
I think.
Yeah, like there's
we
a
were
point. There was a
really
point that
into
we
him.
were literally bumping Logic every single day.
Like,
I think Logic before Kanye, even though I don't know. Is Kanye really going to drop, though?
We don't know. We don't know that.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I think that's all we have to say.
yeah, I kind of forgot like that was a thing, and I'm glad I threw it in because that gives a good thing for Andy to talk about.
Yep.
Yup.
Andy, before we get into our final segment here,
God.
I literally sent I sent a topic list to everybody, and I said I had a segment in there called Andy segment.
Yeah, but you didn't explain it to me.
I didn't explain it to you. Just so I said about how you're going to Slippery Rock. What are you majoring in? Obviously, you're working at Lowe's, but we all work part-time jobs now, so who gives a fuck about
Yes,
that?
sir.
Nobody wants to be at Lowe's or Taco Bell for all their life.
Not Siri. Yes, sir.
What are you studying now? You were what?
I was exercise science, switched it up to sport management. I want to work in sports. I want to work as a athletic communications director. Hopefully at a university. If I'm not at a university, I really want to work in baseball. Minor league baseball would be great for me.
That's where I'd like to end up too.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I did a 3 or 4 week internship with our local minor league baseball team, and I really liked it. I was more in fan services than athletic or in just like communications part of it, but still, like I really like the minor league baseball atmosphere.
See Jeffrey at the games.
Yeah, he ran into
Jeff.
the legendary Jeff McFarland at minor league games.
Wearing his Maglio Ordonez jersey.
Yeah, the
But
same
yeah,
one he's
shout out
had.
Slippery Rock, the 8th wonder of the world.
Is that what they call it?
No.
Oh.
Did you just go with that on the spot?
I did.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So yeah, I've known Andy for a while.
Unfortunately, for Brian.
His music taste is very similar to the rest of ours. He's a huge Travis Scott guy. Drake, The Weeknd. The legendary Andy story I'll tell real quick.
God,
Jordan
I'm
was with
scared.
us. We went to see Travis Scott
Oh, my
on the Astro World Tour.
The first time. Oh yeah. Okay.
Leg one of the tour.
Leg one.
Was
Leg
in
one.
Newark, New Jersey. Now, Andy and I literally stressed for like a week because Travis announced the tour.
Yeah.
And we were waiting for dates to come out.
So, Brian, you wanted to go to the Philly one, correct?
No,
or
because-
no, you were going to be in Pittsburgh.
Yes,
That's right.
correct.
So you wanted to go to D.C. maybe, possibly. That was what in
Well, 'cause
or
we were-
Baltimore.
One of the something like that. We were doing the
Something like
math.
that, yeah.
And the goal was so Thanksgiving break fell in line nicely with the Astro World Tour.
Yeah.
And we were like, there needs to be a date on this weekend because if this weekend's here, Andy will be home and we can all go. Meaning me, Andy, and Jordan went on leg one, and And we were literally sitting there doing the math, like, okay, so if the Philly date's this, and the Pittsburgh date is slightly before
this was
Thanksgiving
before
break,
any of the dates came
then there
out.
has to
He
be
was
another.
looking,
There has to be another East Coast date, like right in between the two. And sure enough, Travis announced the dates, and the Newark, New Jersey one at the Prudential Center popped up.
And
literally the Saturday we were looking at.
luckily, I've been to that stadium before, so I kind of knew what to look for. I knew there was a parking garage connected to it, so like we got parking passes in
we
the
got
parking
preferred
garage.
parking. But boy, what a fucking adventure that was.
Oh yeah.
You gotta tell the whole story because I want to laugh.
Oh, we'll tell the whole
This story's
story.
Great.
Yeah.
So, I took my grandpa's Prius because at the time I didn't have a car that was reliable enough to drive us 2.5 hours.
Okay, when he says grandpa's Prius, it was a grandpa Prius. Like it was
Hell
gold.
yeah.
It would turn the thing on, you can't hear it start.
Not to mention, you can tell.
Brian pulls up in it, he's like, "This thing bombs."
But let's not forget,
never heard that
that
one.
when we pulled up, right?
He's like, "Don't turn off the music the whole way because I don't want my grandpa to be mad at me for blowing out the
Yep.
speakers because
Yep.
the Strug Jeep's going every time the bass hits."
Yep.
No, you're getting it wrong. Strug Jeep's fucking speakers didn't work at all. I could listen to sports
take-
talk radio at like
Just take
5
two
volume.
sticks and just hit them together as fast as you can. That's what it sounded like when the bass hit.
No, do you
in his
remember
car.
we used to like play my Beats pill in the Strug Jeep because I couldn't listen to music
Yeah,
anymore?
remember when we almost remember this one guy cut you off and the Beats pill almost went through the window.
I remember that. So back to the Travis Scott story. So do you remember? I set my GPS to take us there, right? And we went through a toll booth.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that my grandpa had an Easy Pass in the car.
This dude pulls up. This dude pulls up to the speaker like it's a Taco Bell drive-thru, and he's like, "You hear a voice? Can I help you?" He's like, "Yeah, it's not giving us a ticket." He goes, "There's an Easy Pass in the car." He goes, "Okay, thank you." And just speeds off.
He just fucking books it.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was the rest of that night. I was like, "Oh fuck, my grandparents are gonna get a fucking bill saying that I didn't
like-
pay a toll."
He's like, "Yep, Grandpa, I owe
Yeah,
you."
but the way to the concert wasn't the bad part. It was the way home from the
So
concert.
before we get there,
tsunami.
so we're at the show, right? We're fucking late because we all bought merch.
Yep.
So we had the fucking the early access badges that weren't fucking early access. You remember
Yeah.
this shit?
Yes.
We were standing in line. We were literally.
The way
It was
they had
raining.
it set up.
Remember outside
like,
the fucking hockey practice rink?
Yes.
For the Devils out practice rink.
yeah,
something like
they
that,
had
yeah.
like a beer league like
For
adult
context,
Oh.
for context, we
league. And
had
Brian's just watching. Oh, this dude's a dangle god.
for context, we bought $10 early access passes or whatever the fuck they were, but that let you get into the stadium, the concert early. We're supposed to let you get in early.
It sounds smart, but the way they had it set up, they don't have a limit on each show.
Exactly.
So like everyone. Can
Everybody
get
and their
one.
grandfather had these fucking early access passes.
Yeah.
And bro, we got in that bitch. It was cold. It was raining a little
Oh,
bit.
it was a fucking miserable time.
And-
it was like fucking 40 degrees
and there was
out.
some bitch yelling about how like if you don't cooperate, none of y'all are getting
If
in.
you don't cooperate and get in line, we're not going in to see Travis Scott. And everybody was just like, fuck you, bitch, we're going in to see Travis Scott.
He's not even lying when he
This
says
girl
that.
cut me off right at like the metal detector, and like I didn't even say anything. And the security lady's like, "Hey, ladies first." I'm like, "I didn't even do anything."
You
And then
remember
we get in, and I hear shaking, and I'm like, "What is
Oh,
that?"
yeah.
You're like,
Well,
Sheck West.
before we get to the Sheck West part, you remember that kid that was on like some sort of like pharmaceutical and was
Which
like,
one?
he
It was like a whole
he was
group of
like,
them.
"What's your favorite Travis Scott song?" This kid's asking everybody.
He's like,
what their favorite song is.
Yo, Brian, what's your favorite song on Astroworld? And then
Well, he didn't
literally
say
looked
Brian
at you.
because he didn't know me.
He was like, oh, cool. And he turned to Andy. He was like, yo, what's
No,
your
no,
favorite
no,
song on Astroworld?
He's like, "What's your favorite song?" "Oh, Skeletons. That's mine too." "What's your favorite song?" "Oh, who? What? Oh, it's mine too."
Yeah.
"Oh, what's yours?" "Stargazing." "That's mine too." Like,
Yeah, this kid was tripping.
he was gone.
But yeah, then we get in with our early access passes,
Which
and you
aren't
hear
even
fucking
early.
Sheck West start his set.
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Yeah, so
you know
we literally
You hear
booked it.
chippy chippy?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know what song he played first, but so we book it to our seats. Sheck West plays.
Luckily, we saw Mo Bamba.
It was pretty good, yeah. It was pretty
That
good.
shit
He
was
did
wild.
Mo
That's when the
Bamba and
shaky
he
head
did
kid came in.
Kyrie.
We got
We-
the afro.
The what?
The shaky head.
We
We just kept head bobbing the entire time. He's in all my videos.
We heard the two most important songs. We heard Mobama and we heard Kyrie. They both fucking
And Live Sheck West.
yeah. And they all banged.
So here, well, leg one, it was Sheck, it was Gunna, it was Trippie Redd, and it was Travis, right?
And Trippie
So
Redd when I
was Trippie Redd second?
He was second. Yeah.
Trippie Redd
So
was second.
Trippie Redd was second, right? And I sent these guys. We go down to the merch booth because you need merch, right? Travis Scott merch, Legend. I got some on right now. This is from leg 2, but that's
Is
doesn't
that
mean
leg 2?
anything. Yeah, it's leg 2. I was
Okay.
playing with Sheed. Remember that at Penn
Oh
State?
yeah. Oh.
When we were
fuck,
supposed to go
yeah.
with "Thou We Will Not Name"
Oh,
on the pod.
yeah.
Skinny bitch, no shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
Wowzers.
But I was like, this is why I was in this like little kick here where I thought Trippie Redd was relatively decent. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go watch Trippie Redd.
Yeah,
Y'all stand in line
but
for
he
my
had
merch.
just released
I mean, Trippie Redd is
talk.
not
Somebody
bad.
talk. I'll look it up.
I don't know what the fuck it's called.
I don't know.
So
Is
I
it
go
Love
back to
Letter
my
too?
seat.
I want to say it's Love Letter 2, but that doesn't sound
So
right.
I go back to my seat to watch Trippie Redd. That was my first mistake of that night. Okay, it was no point. It
He
was
was-
just
It
him,
was
like,
Life's a Trip.
He said he was
Life's a
sick.
Trip.
Life's a
Yeah.
Trip's an okay album.
No, that's a good ass
Wait, what's
Trippie
the
Redd
album
album.
He said he was
This one.
sick.
Yeah.
He just released
Yes,
this.
yes.
He just released Life's a Trip.
So I don't know why I wanted to see Trippie
God,
Redd
this
live.
has some good
I haven't
ass
listened to
songs
Trippie
on
Redd
it, dude.
since.
Fuck.
But anyway, these guys come back with my merch. So like, all right, we're set. We see Gunna. That was cool. Gunna brought out Young Thug.
Dude,
and
okay.
Andy and I didn't know who. No.
We started screaming Future
We thought it
because
was
this dude
Future.
looked exactly like Future.
I-
Like blonde dreads, like came
Fucking
out
tall, pink
like,
coat,
yeah.
probably designer, guaranteed
Definitely.
designer.
No,
you can
no,
literally hear it on
so-
videos. Andy and I, are you hearing me yelling Future like Squidward?
I'm like, that doesn't make sense. He doesn't sound like Future.
And then we finally figured out Andy went on Apple Music, and we found out the song they were performing.
Yeah, so he starts playing Chanel. He's like, all the ladies in the crowd who want a Chanel bag. And then Chanel starts playing, and right when the verse kicks in, you see, like, I was looking at, so like, on the screen they had like a Chanel logo going in and out, and I was just staring at that because I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I see the DJ table where it says Gunna on it, like, fall over, and this dude in a pink coat comes running out. I'm like, yo,
And it
who's
just-
that?
and it just says
Brian,
Slime.
Yeah, it just says Slime. And then and Brian's like, Future! I'm like, Future! It was Young Thug.
I remember, like, you guys are fucking stupid.
No, but dude.
And then Brian turns around, he's like, Young Thug and Trav in the same building.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that the Sheed concert or was that the one with him that those badass bitches were
That
in
was
front
Sheed
of? That was the
concert.
Sheed concert. All right,
That
we'll
was-
talk about that.
They
No.
were next to us. Well, there was badass chicks in front of us too, but
No,
but they were
no.
with fucking Afro guy. And we were
Nah,
fucking
yeah,
fuck
they were-
Afro guy, bro. I couldn't fucking see over that stupid ass shit.
This girl goes, where'd you get that merch from? Like,
Oh,
the
yeah,
website.
yeah.
She goes, I'll just look at Kith. I'm like, alright. Okay. Cool.
But no, like
Like,
I remember.
good for you.
I think I elbowed Andy like twice when Travis was always playing Uptown.
Uptown and
No playing or not playing.
Don't play.
Don't play. Thank you. Sorry, my words
Yeah.
aren't working. But I elbowed the shit out of Andy a couple times. But we had a great time. And then the fucking
Yeah,
ride
we had-
home, right?
This is the best part.
I decide, okay, remember that I thought my grandpa was getting charged for me not paying a toll. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I set my GPS for no tolls, right? Well, this takes me through bumblefuck nowhere.
We're through
And
fucking
it's a
forest.
fucking monsoon, right?
I really didn't think you were going to make it.
And so I'm driving. Jordan's in the passenger. He's in the front passenger seat next to me, and Andy's in the back, right?
Passed.
So I'm
Not
just
passed out, but
no.
just laying
I'm just
down,
bulling.
like-
I'm trying to focus. Like it's raining at night, right? It's hard
And
to
it-
see.
well, yeah,
it
but
was
pouring.
pouring. So I can't see shit. I have no idea where I'm at. I'm trying to drive home from New Jersey, right? We're about an hour into the drive. I'm hitting puddles left and right. I have no idea.
I really
Jordan's
didn't think we were
fucking next to me, slumped, right? Jordan's out, all right. And I can see a little glare in my mirror. And Andy's just fucking sitting there watching fucking videos he just took at the concert. He's like, yo, we just saw Travis Scott! Like 3 times. Meanwhile, Jordan's still slumped. I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
Brian's like,
And-
just play music, and I'm like, we just saw Travis Scott.
That is like the rare occasion that I was asleep.
Yeah, you were slumped.
I was
We hit a
fucking
puddle,
tired.
and I really
Out.
didn't think we were gonna make
You
it.
had the
Like,
head
we just-
nods going and everything.
Yeah.
I heard like little like RC car Prius like
Like,
trying to get out of this stuff.
For
Like,
people that don't know me, like I don't normally sleep in vehicles
No,
if
you
I'm in
don't.
like the front seat. Like,
That was like the one time
I
I was
am
there, you got the
normally
head nods going.
Yeah,
was
like I am
oh,
normally
shit.
like very vigilant.
And
And,
Andy
like,
locked into his fucking concert videos they just lived an
and
hour
I
ago.
was fucking gone. I was And then they're like, oh fuck.
The occasional puddle we did, Jordan wake up, you go right back to sleep.
It's
Yep.
crazy because we hit like the New Jersey like PA border and like the rain just stopped.
Yeah, it did. It did just stop.
Thank Christ.
Yeah.
Um,
I got to watch my videos in peace.
but yeah, that's probably the most legendary story we have. There was the one Logic concert we went to when I peed in the cup. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that. That
oh,
was
remember when you
fucking
went
Festival Pier.
Remember when you left your keys on the hood of the car?
Oh yeah, I almost did.
Matt
That
Chang's
was the
wearing a
one-
hoodie just to get out of the sun.
Matt Chang's wearing a
We
hoodie.
had a
It's
guy-
fucking August.
It's like fucking 90 degrees and Matt Chang's in a fucking Logic fucking hoodie. Like, what
Matt
is wrong
Chang's
with
like-
the
Well, if Matt's not wearing a hoodie, he's a Matt.
Well, and then this was the same. This
Yeah.
was the same one we got there early because Jordan and I knew if you get there early, you can get a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Because it was general admission, so we would just go and we would just stand. You gotta stand this
Do
whole
you
entire
remember
time.
when we went with fucking, it was me, you, Matt, and Cam, and we got there like fucking 3:30.
No, that wasn't with Matt. That was with Simon. You remember that? That
Oh
was the
my
first
god,
time.
yeah, that was with Simon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was the one where Steele fucked up his arm because he was
Yes.
in a crash with
Yes.
what's
Yes.
his name?
Fucking
So
Rob
every,
Muffle.
so every time they'd say hands up, Steele
He couldn't put his fucking left hand up. He was like, put your two hands in the air. My man Cam Steele was like,
That was the one where this dude got in a fight with his bitch.
Yes.
And Steele's just sitting there looking at him. If you don't know Cam, right? Like, we all know Cam Steele. That's my guy. But he's a big dude, right?
Yeah.
So he was ready to tumble if he
Yeah.
needed to. Like,
Listen,
and he'll
if-
say whatever the fuck. Like, he don't give a single
that's
fuck.
where we get it from.
I
We
know,
literally
I know.
got it from Cam Steele.
Oh my
Cam,
God.
I love you to death. But that man did not give a fuck.
He still
if,
doesn't give a
If there
single
was
fuck.
something on his mind, he was saying it. And these two guys,
I
guys,
thought for sure
guy and woman were
we were gonna
arguing,
have to
and
restrain
like
him.
I'm pretty sure the guy was getting ready to beat this chick up, and like Cam was dead ass getting ready to just fly at this
Fucked
dude.
up left-handed, left
Yeah,
arm
like,
and everything,
he
bro.
was getting ready to just fly at this man. Like, yo, if this guy says something, like,
I could just tell by looking at him. He was just looking.
Yeah.
And I just tell. I was like,
He wasn't gonna let him hit.
'Cause Cam-
that's
like-
when he was going through his breakup, and
Yeah.
that was when Yo Gotti performed.
Yeah.
What was the song called? Fuck you. I think it's
yeah, he's singing every fucking word. He had his middle fingers in the up with his fucked up arm.
You see, I never met Cam, but I was friends with his. Well, I mean, not that I'm not friends with him anymore. I just don't see him. But I
I
was friends with
fucking
his
love
brother.
that dude, man.
What a
So,
Cam, if you're listening to this, I hope you're doing
You're a
well.
fucking legend,
I
dog.
really hope you're doing well. I have
Straight
to text
up.
you sometime.
But anyway, go ahead, Bailey. Your friend.
No, I was gonna say,
Chinatown, Matt Chang. That's the one thing I remember from
We're going to fucking
Cam.
Chinatown.
We're going to
that was,
Chinatown,
on the,
Matt
that was on
Chang.
the damn Tourette shit. Was
Yes.
hilarious. Matt was chilling in the very back seat of the
He's
pilot
like, we
with
can
the
go to my
fucking water
grandparents'
cooler.
house
Yes.
in Chinatown. He says, we're not going to Chinatown, Matt Chang.
No, I mean, Cam seems a little more amped than his brother's name is Braden, but we all called him Bird. So, but
Oh
no,
my
Bird's
God,
funny
dude.
as hell too.
Yeah, that family.
That's
that
a good
family's
family.
Fantastic.
Like, on
Camp's
that's
a fucking trip, bro.
That's a super. That's a really good family.
His brother.
But back to my Andy story, like
is too great to Jack Daniels.
we were we went to see Logic the second year, right? The year we saw him with Joey. And this was Andy's first year seeing him, and we were waiting in line. Mind you, we were there probably what 2 hours early,
At least.
because we get the free parking at the David
Yep.
Busters there.
Yep.
And we had to piss so bad. If you don't know me,
Oh
you know I
my
have
God.
the fucking bladder of a squirrel.
Oh my
We had to
God.
piss so bad. I literally pissed in this Chick-fil-A cup. Left it on near the tire of my car. We came back and it was gone, which was kind of worrisome, but whatever. But we get in line, and Matt didn't have to pee, but us three did. So like, there's a little restaurant there next to the festival pier, and Matt's like, "I'll hold our spot. You guys go take a leak." So we go in to take a leak, right? And fucking Jordan over here goes to take a leak, and he goes, "This is better than getting head." Right when like three other people walk in.
And the bull behind me, the fucking dude walks in, and I say that he starts fucking cracking up laughing. Dude, I didn't
my
even
God.
care, dude. I had to pee so fucking bad, and I just
It's
said what was
crazy
on my
because we
mind.
got there in the nick of time because like the bouncer was kicking
Oh
people
yeah, after
out.
that they wouldn't let anybody else go in to take a
Yeah.
leak.
Yeah.
So
Well, and what's good too is like we just got past the restaurant where we were letting people in to do the bathroom, and then the bouncer was like, "Nobody's going in to use the bathroom."
yeah,
so it
yeah.
was super good
Thank
timing.
Christ, God's always looking out.
Yeah.
We got sidetracked. That's Andy.
Listen, if we got to do this Travis Scott bracket, we're already fucking deep into this.
Okay,
episode.
so-
How long are we in?
we're an
an hour
hour
and a half.
30 in, but
We're not-
okay.
that's about normal.
Nah, and don't worry, we'll have Andy on more than once. So
For sure.
There'll be him here on more.
So yes, as we've
You're
referred
welcome.
to a couple times, Andy's a huge Travis Scott fan. Last week we had some good comments and feedback to our tier list that we did, and we put up a poll on our Twitter a week ago, roughly, give or take.
4 days.
I don't even know.
So a week. We put up either Uzi or Travis for a bracket. Or I keep saying bracket. It's a fucking tier list. For the tier list. And yeah, I know it should be. There should be.
We
a fight.
might do another one
Chug it,
next
you
week.
won't.
We'll have to see how
Huh?
much time
Chug it,
we
you
have.
won't.
But
Chug
we'll
it.
do another
Potentially
poll.
next week could be busy.
Finish that.
Finish
it.
You're gonna fucking die.
Come on, you finish it. There you go. I'm in.
Anyway,
You
so
missed.
we're going to
Do what I
do the Travis Scott
Tier maker.
Travis Scott
Tier
tier
maker.
list won the poll, and Bailey hit me the other day and was like, "We should see if we can get Andy on it for the Travis Scott tier
Dude, as
list."
soon as I remembered
'cause
that
Andy's
Andy's
like
loves Travis, so we gotta get him on
yeah,
this episode.
so we're gonna do a Travis tier list. We're gonna do it now. Bailey, you have it up.
Yes, sir.
What projects are on there? I'm
Okay,
curious.
so it has
Just need a chase.
it has Al,
that, dude.
it has Al Farrow. That's how
Okay, so it has the
right?
mixtapes.
Yeah,
that's all
and
I
then
need to
it's
know.
Days Before, and then it even has
Hunter
Jack
Jack's
Boys,
on there?
Yeah,
And Jack Boys?
yeah. Well, Hunter
No.
Jack. I'm sorry.
Hunter
No,
Jack.
we're throwing Jack Boys in there.
Well, it's not on here.
It's
We're
not on
throwing-
here, but
Oh, we can throw it in.
We
That's
can
fine.
throw-
We can throw it in
yeah.
there.
Okay, so
Well,
Andy,
also here, let me see if I can find one.
did you listened to us last week, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is we get a definitive list.
Okay.
There's going to be arguments.
Yep.
I'm probably going to throw Jordan through the fucking roof.
I'm probably gonna yell. at
Please
Billy.
don't throw me because I might throw up.
That's fine.
If you yak, I swear to God.
No,
I'm
no,
never
no. I
talking
won't
to
throw
you
up.
again.
Listen.
If I throw him through the roof, he might.
I have to be super drunk to throw up. So like I'm not like I'm a little
How you
tipsy
feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
I am.
You know
I'm
what?
all right right now, but one more might do me in.
I'm probably like a 6.
Yeah, I'm out of the 7. I'm entering the threshold.
If
Where,
I
like,
if
I'm
I would have
talking
like
a lot, that's
if
the
I had
problem.
one more drink, I'd probably be at like an 8 or a 9. So
Yeah,
like
we
I'm
have the
okay.
same, we have the same levels. We
Yeah.
deserve it.
Yeah, I'm okay right now.
So let's dive into it.
Where are we starting?
Let's just start from the beginning. Al Farrow.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Now, Bailey, are you?
Hold on.
I've never listened to Al
Hold
Farrow
on.
in my
It's
life.
it's S A B C and D.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no F.
There's no F. No F.
I'm looking at it right. I kind of get S is like.
Ooh, Al
Top
Farrow.
It's Japanese.
That's
So-
that's a super hard one because
Initially, I want to put Al Farrow as a B tier project. Because Al Farrow.
okay. Well, hold on. Have you listened to that?
No, I've
have
never
you listened to
Al
that?
Farrow,
Well, yeah,
Oh,
he
oh,
had,
of course. Why did I even ask you?
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
man.
That's the
It's-
alcohol
it's the
talking.
drink.
That's the
It's the
alcohol
drink.
talking. I'm sorry.
That's good drink talking.
So, I want to put that more towards like C, because like I don't think production is that like super good Trav quality that we're used to hearing, but he has some like decent bar. No, you know what? B. I think B because like it's
Because I think there's 2 other projects on here that are worse than that.
yes, that's okay. That's exactly what I was getting
So,
ready to say.
Andy, you have anything to say about Al Farrow?
I think it's a B.
You think it's a beer?
I think that it's
Okay.
got, I think it's got hits that should be on
Uptown,
streaming.
baby.
Uptown,
That's a fucking
Hell of a Night,
Yeah.
yes.
Block of Flame. Upper Echelon's already on it.
Oh, I know Upper Echelon.
GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that's where it was from. That's
Yep.
why it was
Yeah.
fucking
Quintana
banger.
on there, bands.
Yeah.
Like I said, Andy's much more well versed in.
Bad
Andy
Like,
Andy
come
is
on,
definitely
Bad Mood.
the Travis Scott
yeah, Bad Mood shit on
aficionado.
you.
Yeah.
Fucking lit.
Yeah.
Just throw that in B a while, Bailey.
Yeah, I did.
Andy is definitely the Travis Scott aficionado of the 4 of us. I'd say that probably me and Brian close
True.
second,
Yeah, but
And then me.
but,
and then it's
Yeah.
Bailey.
but our Drake is Travis Scott to Andy.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
practically where we're
100%.
at.
My Kanye is his track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
So that puts on the. So now this is right here is where it's from here on out. It's going to get very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got Days Before Rodeo.
I haven't
That's an
listened.
S.
Like I haven't listened to it all the way through. I've listened to a few songs and I've enjoyed every single one. I've listened to Mamacita. I've listened.
Don't blow this.
Andy has the straightest face ever.
I've listened to Mamacita. I've listened to Backyard. I've listened to what else is on there? Drugs You Should Try, which that's a top fucking tier Travis song. That's just
Listen, that's one of his best produced songs.
So I haven't listened to it all the way through. So, but from what I've listened, I find every song S tier worthy. I don't want my input to be taken seriously though, just because I've listened to it the whole way
I
through.
can tell you right now, it's going in S tier.
It's
going
an S.
in
It's
S.
an S. It's an S.
I like it.
That
I've
album
heard it.
is the.
When I get home
Listen
tonight, that's
to
what
it-
I'm doing.
Listen to it the
Yeah.
whole way. Where'd you get? Where'd you get to? What, Skyfall?
Oh no, I didn't go all the way through. I
Yo,
just
you
heard-
remember when he?
keep it funny.
Go ahead, Thug.
Wait, so is this on SoundCloud?
Should be.
It's
No,
on
yeah, it
SoundCloud
definitely is
and it's
on
on
SoundCloud.
Dat Piff.
It has that piff pulled up right now.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
at the track list
yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Dude, Days is a so like
Days should be on streaming services.
yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god,
it's
he
supposed to
was
be soon.
he was supposed
That
to
was last
soon.
he was supposed to release Days last
Yeah.
year
Well, you know
on
how
like
it goes,
all.
You know how it goes with
Yeah.
copyright and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, even
Yeah,
Travis,
but-
like
Yeah.
Travis's soon is like 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's gonna pop up randomly one day.
yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
freak
Oh,
the
and I
fuck out.
cannot wait because
And
I will
he'll tweet
listen
like
to
a
that
day later.
shit.
Oh, I forgot, guys.
That's
It's
got
on.
one of Travis's best intros with the prayer.
Yeah.
I mean,
That might be
into
his-
Mamacita.
Mamacita's a Quintana part two.
Well,
Yeah.
Days Before Rodeo really it's important to Travis because it really made Travis who he is now.
Yeah.
I think it really gave him his sound, and you saw a little bit of it on Al Faro, and it was just more progression.
I'm
there.
so happy he performs a lot of these.
Yeah.
I really wish he would
During
perform
his
Drugs
live.
You Should Try.
He
Because
did.
that's like
He did.
Well,
He
he
did.
did, but I wish he would.
Do it more.
Yeah, because
like on his festival runs and everything.
that is like one of my
That's
favorite.
one of my favorite Travis
That's
songs.
one of my favorite Travis
That's
songs.
unanimously one of the top Travis.
Yeah,
songs.
and then the
I've never seen anybody say
production,
anything bad
the
about it.
production
That-
behind that. Oh,
Oh, and
It
the
might be
whole-
my favorite one.
And
It-
the
it's
whole
so
like,
good.
vibe, like that.
oh,
just in the back,
so
that shit is
good.
sick.
It's
I
so
think-
good.
That's that Travis
It
vibe.
has
He-
that atmosphere that LSD by
Yeah.
that
A$AP.
ASAP has. And
Yeah.
I fucking love that. That's why I've always said I think Travis and ASAP should collab.
That would be a super
and
good
something
song.
like that drug heavy influence.
It'd be super good.
Bro, could you
dark.
imagine if they dropped a whole project like that?
Yeah,
Like
It'd be
that shit
good.
would be fucking fire.
it'd be good. So I don't think the next one's gonna be hard, but after that's gonna be difficult.
So we're at Rodeo.
Yeah.
Rodeo's an S.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I've listened to Rodeo.
Rodeo's his best studio
Yeah.
album.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's my favorite
no,
project.
it,
I think Days Before is
Days
still
is
my
definitely the best.
favorite.
I agree.
Days
Rodeo's
is
up
definitely
there. I mean,
the best.
Rodeo's track list.
Rodeo's not far below.
Dude,
But I
Rodeo
think-
being his first album. And
Rodeo
like,
has his
him
best song
talk-
on it
Oh,
with
yeah.
90210.
Oh, yeah,
personally,
absolutely.
his best song, yes. My favorite would be Drugs You Should Try.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
90210.
I mean,
That's how
also
me-
Maria I'm Drunk is a bang. That's
Oh
one
my,
of Travis's
oh my
best
this
songs.
side.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
Oh yeah, oh my
Like,
this
Pray
side.
for
Rodeo-
Love.
Rodeo has some.
With T.I. like
Piss
kinda
on Your
Narrating
Grave.
the narration.
Thing, like,
Yep.
Piss on
Rodeo-
Your Grave. And then
Rodeo
Apple Pie.
has
Dude,
like
yeah.
really just perfect Trav production and just Trav lyrics and just him just
That's the-
being Trav. Like that is just
It was him on Al Faro and Days Before fully evolved. It's like his
Yeah.
final form.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fully. I mean, I often talk about like Thank Me Later. How it's a good Drake project, but it's that kind of generic debut project where you get all these big names on it.
Yeah.
Whereas Travis had Kanye on it. He had
Schoolboy,
Schoolboy on it.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber,
He
Young
had Q,
Thug,
But-
Quavo, Young Thug.
but the features never.
overshadowed how good he
It was never watered down the project.
Mhm.
It
No,
was still
like Quavo was coming in with some bars and Trav was right there with it.
That was
Like,
when Quavo. I don't know if
At the
everybody
top,
you
though,
remember,
see.
but like Quavo was like people really fucked with Quavo.
Yeah.
Like his features
Right.
were fantastic.
Yeah.
Like he was the dude.
and that like you mentioned Oh My This Side. The switch up in that. is
yeah,
just-
that is
Mhm.
that is one of his best switch ups.
Well, and it's one thing he does very well.
Yeah.
Is switch ups, and we saw it in Astro World too.
I really love
That's
Justin.
Birds.
Yeah.
I really love Justin Bieber on Maria I'm Drunk too.
Yeah.
Can we mention Pray for Love with Weekend?
Of course, that's the best Weekend Trav song
Yeah.
collaboration.
Absolutely.
I don't
So
think it's a hot take.
what are we at next? Is it?
That,
We're at-
Rodeo is an S,
We're
Yeah.
at
so it's sealed up.
Is it-
Birds.
It's
Yeah.
Birds. This is where it gets interesting.
We're starting with Andy. No. We're starting with
Okay.
Andy. Where's
I
Birds?
know before Andy speaks, I know he likes Birds a lot too.
I love Birds, but with the sake of this list, I'm gonna put it a B tier.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That's exactly where I'd put it too.
Wow.
I love Birds though. Like I really do. I I listen to it
So,
throughout.
What
like,
makes Birds a B for you?
what makes it a B for me?
Mhm.
I just don't think it's like it's missing something that the other albums have,
Mhm.
and it's odd to describe because it's like it's got like this.
It's missing a cohesiveness.
It is
to
missing a cohesiveness. Like
It has good individual Trav songs. I agree. It's kind of feels more like a playlist.
Yes.
It's-
than like more.
It's
Life
more.
Is.
It feels more of a mixtape than a.
Yeah.
It's super
When
weird.
I
studio
think about
album.
it, I would put it B too. I agree with you guys.
See, but that.
But see, what's interesting though
it's
is
really good.
That's so hard for me to put that
because
as a
it's.
B.
I think it's better than Al Faro though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, it's so much better than Al Faro.
yeah,
Would you guys
And
want to drop Al Faro in a C?
And then,
But see, here's what's interesting is, we'll table the conversation for Astro
Yeah.
World, but it's Astro World's better than that.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then, like, for, like, Birds, right? Like, that beginning, that intro,
Yeah,
that
it's got-
ends
it's
into
got
the
a-
way.
Yeah.
It's a way back, yeah.
Way back, yeah, the way back. I said the way. Way back.
Do
like,
it.
that shit is so good. And Way
But I
Back
think-
is one of Travis's, in my personal opinion, one of his best produced.
I think
The Ends is one of my favorite intro tracks.
Yeah.
From like, just
The
By
M's is a
anybody?
banger. I mean, there's a lot of bangers on this album.
got
And
Andre
in a
on
way
it.
back,
That
where it's got that
feature?
switch up and it's like that smooth, and all of a sudden
boys,
you
I don't
hear
know if I
Black
can- I don't know
Youngsta
if I
and
can put-
coordinate, like,
I don't know if I can put
Okay,
the
so
birds in
here's-
a B.
This
Here's-
is teetering between an A and a B for me.
I don't know if I can
Here's
put the
what
birds in.
here's what
in-
keeps it in B for me, is there's a middle part of that album where it dips for me.
First Take?
What's the song with Cuddy?
Through the Late Night?
Through the late night.
After there.
Oh, that song's so good.
So after there, read me the songs from Through the Late Night till
Goosebumps?
It's Through
Yes.
the Late Night,
Shut up,
Bees in
George.
the Trap,
Yep.
SDP interlude, Sweet Sweet, Outside,
Mhm.
Goosebumps, First
Okay.
Take.
So outside, Sweet Sweet, even Beebs in the Trap,
Had to put an 8 in a lead. Doesn't jolly much.
and First Take, right? All of those songs to me- All those 4 songs to me aren't on the same level as his other stuff. So that's what brings it down for me. I think they're a little more not forgettable.
But does that
that's
bring
harsh.
it down into a? Okay, so it's not S, right?
'Cause it's not S
No,
completely-
we were not debating it's an S.
No, it's
right?
not an S.
But does that really bring it all the way down into a B? Because like,
I don't think it's an A. Do you want to table this conversation and move
can we
to
table that? Because I
So we're on
didn't
Hunter
really.
Jack.
Hunter Jack? I think this will be an easy one.
I think it's a B.
I think it's a C.
I think it's a C too. I think Hunter Jack's a C.
Because Hunter Jack
Listen,
is...
Hunter Jack's got some really fucking bangers, but then it's got some really shitty songs.
Well,
on
it's
it
not
too.
even that it's
But I
bad.
haven't listened to this album in a while. Let me look at the track list.
I haven't listened to it either, but I think my problem with Hunter Jack is it's more designed for Quavo than it is for Travis.
Yeah, I
I
think
would
it
agree with
focuses
that.
more on Quavo
Beautifully
than Travis.
said.
Because Travis can do things only Travis can do
Yes.
or Travis beat.
That was
But he
beautifully
has
said.
to work. He has to work Quavo and
Yep.
the Migos too, because they're
Yep.
featured on into it.
Yep.
So I think that's what
Yeah.
brings it's a little more watered down than his other projects.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad to say it's a C.
You know,
'Cause,
no,
I
I
mean,
agree. I'd
yeah,
put it C.
yeah.
I'd put-
it C.
I'd-
It's not a bad album. It's just that
It
like,
has really high highs and really low lows.
And-
we said
and
it
for-
on the initial reaction when Dave was with us, but it was we were hyping it up to be a Travis Scott album featuring Quavo, but after the first reaction, we kind of it was more Quavo than
It's a Quavo album featuring
Travis,
Travis Scott,
It's a yeah.
and it's not a bad album. Like for it to be
No.
a C, like it's really not. That's
Okay.
not really an insult to it.
I need to pause this real quick. Kanye just tweeted Drake with this emoji, the thinking emoji. I'll show you all the tweet if you need to see it.
maybe he just doesn't know who Drake is.
Well, knowing the old
Uh,
Kanye, he's so fucking mentally unstable.
he's
He probably
all
forgot
over
about it.
Bro,
I don't know about that, but
Drake.
Drake.
I don't know why everybody's tweeting that picture of the Batman picture where they put the it's the owl. The
Yeah.
owl. Everybody's tweeting that. I'm trying to figure out why.
yeah, he's going on a little bit of a Twitter rant. But let's not let that distract us.
Kanye probably heard that fucking freestyle today. That's probably what did it.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, while we're on the topic of C projects, I think Jack Boys also slides in nicely there.
Real quick, he just tweeted Kim tried to bring a doctor to lock me up with a doctor.
Huh?
That's your man, so
Huh?
that's all your people.
Really? You put Jack Boys at it? Oh no! Hold on, wait.
It's okay. So I don't like
Wowzers.
if we're putting Jack Boys in this conversation compared to other Travis projects.
C for
it's
sure.
a C.
It's
Yeah.
a C.
You know what I mean? Like it's not technically a Travis project, but if you want to include it,
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
so
I really don't have any.
okay. So up to this point,
I don't
we
have any complaints at it being a C. I think it could be higher, but I don't have any complaints for it being
Our
a C.
two S's are both of the rodeos essentially.
I mean-
Alfaro's a B. We have
We haven't decided
Hunter
on
Jack
Birds
is
yet.
a C and Birds is
So-
tabled.
So we're okay with Hunter Jack as a C.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We're okay with Jack Boys as a C.
Yeah.
I will accept that being
For,
a C.
for this,
I
for
I mean,
this,
it's
I think
only like it's
on
only
this
7
scale.
tracks.
That's what I
We got
mean.
Highest in the Room remix on there.
Yeah,
an
which-
intro track that
Which I
This
was
is
just
sick
you know,
production.
which is weird because
And
I
it's
wasn't
not
really
really-
arguing it being a C. I was actually kind of arguing it being less because
I think
it's
that's
really-
why it's not even counted
it's
on this
it's
list.
really not a Travis album.
that's why I didn't know if we wanted to.
Like, are we
include
gonna
it.
put a Dream?
Can we just not include it?
If we don't,
I
I'm
didn't
fine
want to
with
include it.
Can we-
Let's just
not
not
including
include
it.
it. Let's
Okay,
just not
that's fine.
include it.
You know what? We're not gonna include it.
Because
Alright.
it's really not a
But if we would, I think
Travis
it's on a
album
C.
because you figure
Yeah.
right, okay. It's got a Highest in the Room remix. It's got the Jack Boys like
Travis is
intro.
even on every song.
excuse me. It's got like the interlude. It has Had Enough, which is not really a
I
Travis
think- I
song.
think
That's a Don song.
I think it's dominated by Don.
You have a Gotti, which is really a Pop Smoke song,
Featuring Travis.
and then you have
Gang
Out
Gang.
West and Gang Gang, which Gang Gang has fucking like 5 people on it, and Out West is like
It's
a
Travis,
young thug
yeah.
Trav song. So
I'm fine
What
with
to Do is
I'm fine with
a
that.
great
adding
song,
it.
though.
oh yeah, What to Do is fucking a
So now
banger.
that brings
We're at
us
Astro.
That brings us to Astro World. Where are we putting Astro?
So we're at Astro World, and then we have the tabled birds.
And I think this will complete the puzzle. I think Astro World is an A.
I agree with you completely.
I don't put it on the same level as Rodeo. I might like it just slightly less than Rodeo,
Yeah.
but I don't think it touches Rodeo or Days Before. I think
Yeah, but is Astro World really that much better than Days?
so. My reasoning
Or,
behind
I mean,
Yeah.
that much better than
Birds.
birds. I'm sorry.
my reasoning behind why I think Astro World's better than Birds is the cohesiveness
I
argument.
agree. I think I would definitely say
Because Astro World, not to
Astro
interrupt you,
World- No, you're good. I was just saying Astro World's definitely an A, and I think
it has less misses in air quotes because there's not really that many misses than what Birds does. The only miss I consider on Astro World is Who What. I don't
Yeah.
love that song. It sounds
and
generic.
the thing about sorry Andy, but the thing about the album too is just like it has like for me, and I know you too, Brian, all of us, and like a lot of other people. The first listen is so memorable for this
Oh my
album,
God.
bro. Like between like just you hearing
It
Drake
was-
on Sicko Mode, hearing all the features, Frank Ocean, The Weeknd, Gunna was on this album, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna
It's on
Weekend.
Yosemite.
You already said Weekend.
Yeah.
Man,
Yo, when
I
those
can't-
memes with Nav when he said that he recorded his
He's
verse
so
with an
fucking-
Xbox
oh
mic
my
was
God,
hilarious.
I
fucking
remember
dying.
that people were saying he was too short for the mic and his sound couldn't reach. But I remember coming home from work and listening to that and trying not to spoil it for you, bro, because you were
yeah,
still
because
working.
that's Sicko Mode. Clown Sicko Mode all you want. But holy shit, when I heard that Astro, I was like, holy
Give me the
shit.
So
Like, what the fuck?
here's my take on Astro World. I loved it.
Yeah.
Alright. I think it's a great album. I love the whole theme park vibe. You go in stargazing, you're on that roller coaster, and then it's like coffee bean, you're leaving.
You're pulling into the station after the roller coaster.
Pulling in, yeah.
Or leaving.
I think it's more leaving the theme park. Like the
It-
sun
there's a-
setting over the
There's
theme
a
park.
weird,
you're
like,
walking
when
out
you
of
were a
the theme
kid,
park.
you'd leave the theme park, you're depressed. Like, there's this hint of depression.
I don't know. I think sometimes
also
you're
brings you-
leaving and you're just you're tired.
Well, and it
and,
brings you
like,
back
it's
down to
like-
earth.
Yeah.
And that's what Coffee Bean does so well.
I feel like this album is also just.
I'm back in my coffee beer.
I feel like this album, like you said, how it brings you down. I think it's as much of a roller coaster as it is an experience of being on drugs.
I
Mhm.
agree with Brian. I don't think that Who What should have been in there. I think something else should have been in there.
I
also,
think, honestly, fucking Watch I
Watch,
think would have
yeah.
been fine on there.
Butterfly Effect was a surprise. Also, I don't
Yeah,
mind
that
it
was a good
being in
song.
there.
That was for the streams.
Yeah.
It's a good song, though.
Overall, though, I still say it's an A.
I agree. I think it's that. Jordan? Are you arguing S?
No.
You're not arguing B then, are you? Oh, Jordan, don't.
Where are you at?
I swear to God, Jordan, I'll
Punch you in
my
the nose.
God.
That's the one we like to use
I
around.
can't
Okay.
hit a guy with glasses, but like,
So
I'll
I
take
will.
them off.
so here's my theory. Astro World is definitely better than Birds, but is it that much better than Birds that it's an A?
yes.
But so Birds doesn't have the cohesion potentially as,
It doesn't have the cohesion as Astro World.
but my theory, well, that's not a theory. My thought process is like,
So you're saying, I think I know what you're saying. You're thinking that Birds is more closer to Astro World than it is closer to Alpha.
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I would agree.
But I just don't know. Like, I don't think that putting it in an A is bad. But my theory, my thought process is it really, like, if Birds isn't an A, then is Astro World an A? Like, that's my thought process.
Okay, so the way I look at it is Astro World is better than Birds.
Yeah, but is it that much better that puts it in an A?
Okay, so I'll put it this way. I don't mind putting them both as A as long as we make the point that Birds is on the lower side of an
Yeah,
A.
that's exactly
whereas
what I'm.
Astro
That's
World on the
exactly
higher
right.
side of the A.
So that's my thought. If we're putting, I would say they're both in the same bracket. So if they're both in a B, Astro World is definitely at the top of the B, and Birds is definitely at the bottom. Or if they're both in A, Astroworld
See-
is definitely at the top, and Birds is definitely at the bottom.
See, this is the problem we ran into last week too.
Yeah.
For me, I think Astro is like teeter-tottering into S,
See,
I would
no.
agree.
and I think
Yeah.
Birds is teeter-tottering into A.
I would agree with you actually,
Yeah.
because I think what Astro World did. I know this kind of brings in some additional
Impact
context.
and influence, well, not influence, but impact.
But what
like,
Astroworld did for Travis
Is
as an
huge.
artist is ginormous. He toured that bitch on three separate legs.
Yeah.
That's
And-
true.
And
It's
I just
true.
think that propelled him.
And we saw him on two or
Not
three
to
of them.
not to be, cliche, but that astronomically propelled him
Yeah.
and his career.
Yeah.
Whereas
we
with-
did see him on two
whereas
or
with-
It's
three
not
of
his
the
best
legs.
album, but if it wasn't for
Whereas
Astro,
with
he's not as big
Birds,
as he is.
it's the climb. Rodeo was a great impact, right? First debut album, Kanye's Prodigy, all this shit, right? And Birds, the consistency, it's still a great project. But I think Astroworld, with just on impact alone, like, is Travis's biggest album. Now, that could
Oh,
be
yeah.
time and place thing, but you look at just the little things, like the set design for that tour and the vision he had for that album, and he has an Astroworld festival now.
Like,
Okay.
the features.
So
I'm not saying we put Astroworld in
no,
S.
No, hold on. All right, so
No.
I will make an argument. I'll make an argument. So if we're saying that Days and Rodeo are S, so let's change the paradox. They're at the very top of S.
Mm-hmm.
Astro just creeps into S, very at bottom. Then we have Days at A, and then we have Alfa Romero at B.
No, I'd rather put two A's than three S's.
Yeah.
I'd rather if we're gonna do it that way, I'd rather have Days Before and Rodeo as
I'm
S,
willing to give Birds an A.
Astroworld and Birds in A, Alfaro B, Hunter Jack C.
I agree.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
accept that.
We go with that?
Yeah, I can accept
All
that.
right.
I can accept that.
Awesome.
So our finished Trav bracket will be C is Honcho Jack, B is Alfaro, A is Astroworld and Birds, and S are both the Rodeos.
And for the A, we're saying that Birds is just an A, and Astro
Birds would be an A minus.
Yeah.
Astro would be an A plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Cool.
can accept that. I can accept that.
Well,
100%.
that was fun. We're another 2-hour episode.
yeah,
This has become a
Dude, I
habit.
could do another one of these. I could do another tier miss. Like,
we're too far.
It's the drink talking. Relax.
I could do another one right now.
Dude, I could do like 7 of these.
I
on
love
a
doing
night,
the tier
but-
makers.
But
Yeah,
we
I
got
do
we
another
got to spread
quiz.
them out, man. We got to
Oh,
save
yeah.
that
I
shit.
love doing
We
the tier
gotta make
makers.
y'all want to come back.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when we get these Drake and Kanye ones, because that's gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. We're an hour and 51 in, so.
It's
So-
just shorter. It'll probably be.
But that was a very good. We got a
He's
lot.
ready.
We had a lot of good topics there. A lot of good stuff to talk about, and a great
All
guest
music too.
to bring
Yeah.
in.
Crazy
and-
to think about. We talk
give a
about
different
Ghost a little
opinion.
bit, but not even that long. There's only
It's
maybe
full music.
10, 15 minutes on
A
Ghost.
lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
And
Lots
we have
still going
a whole lot coming potentially.
Yeah.
You know, we have
the next
Lo-
month is gonna be wild.
Logic next week, potentially Kanye next
Who
week.
the
We
fuck
still-
knows, man?
We still have Drake, Cole, Kendrick, ASAP Rocky,
Jid,
Jid,
that Spillage
Joey.
Village album.
Dot
Yep.
Wave. First off, Too Big Sean featuring Travis Scott songs.
Well, Big Sean's album's coming too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of music
We got
coming
a new
out.
Young Thug Travis song that I still have not heard. Which I'm
Yeah,
kinda
wait till the.
upset about.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the Drake album episode, because that one's gonna be a blast. That's gonna be
It's gonna
like
be you talking for 2 hours.
yeah, practically.
Probably more than two.
Practically. But yeah, it's been the Night Shift Podcast, episode 8. Andy, thanks for
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
on very short notice.
Very, very short notice.
Like
It was literally a text
literally
yesterday.
yesterday.
I hope
Last
we're good
night.
guests, though.
I had fun. I hope to be back.
Oh,
again
absolutely.
someday.
Absolutely.
Of
You
course
will
I
I
know
hope
whether
that.
the
you
viewers want me back, and if you have a question for me, my social media is in the beginning of the episode.
Shameless
shout it
plug.
out again. Go
Oh.
follow the boy.
Twitter at Andrew_Butler2, capital A, capital B. You'll see my ugly face with a mask on that I, Photoshop. It's not real, but I'm still wearing the mask.
And you're still ugly, so
Shut up.
Damn. That was rude.
yeah. Well, we're all ugly here.
Shut
Shut.
Yeah.
I'm still plugging, all right? Instagram at Andrew_Butler. 5.
Five. Did you
Not
get
2.
it? 5.
2. If you want the pics, 5. If you want the words, 2.
What? No. Yeah.
Plug.
No, you're right. You're
Plug.
right. But yeah, if you have a question for me, literally just DM me. I don't know how often they're gonna have me back on, but
Potentially
hopefully-
next week.
Yeah, who knows?
Gee, give
That'd
me
be fun.
more of a day.
Potentially next week.
Yeah, but we'll let you know. Yeah, and we are the Night Shift Podcast at _TNSP on Twitter. They didn't think I was gonna get this because I've been drinking, but I fucking got it.
We've had a couple of
fuck
drinks,
y'all.
Brian. So
I'm not done yet.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
not done
We're
yet.
going back upstairs to have
I'm
another
not
drink,
done
so
yet.
it doesn't matter.
I'm going home.
Again, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Linktree,
SoundCloud,
Twitter
YouTube, all that shit. Linktree, it'll take you everywhere you need to be.
Everywhere.
I talked about
What
Twitter.
the fuck is this?
If you want to support on the Patreon, Night Shift on Patreon, anything you can,
That's
you can
also in the link tree.
potentially donate.
Oh yeah.
Would be
Also,
grateful.
if you want to Venmo me, DM me, and I'll share my Venmo.
That's
my
the
Patreon.
sounds of a broke college student.
We're
Yes.
yellows.
Yeah, it's been the Night Shift episode 8. We'll be back next week. Peace.
We out.